Yo. Welcome, everybody. Here we go. We are starting the first ever episode of Aim Down Sights podcast. We are still waiting for Dead Panda. I hope the time change didn't screw her up and she ends up being an hour late. I don't know. But I just text her, waiting to hear back from her. But we're gonna go without her. I know you see her name there, but technically she's actually not there, guys. But for our first ever episode, I had to think of somebody who could hold their own and talk as much shit as I do. And there's not many people I know who can do that, but this guy definitely can. Dirt Griggity, welcome, sir, to the first ever episode of Aim Down Sights.
Man, I feel special. The first ever episode, and you asked me,
yes, sir.
Me to be the guest, man. You guys are great. Thanks for inviting me, man. Let's have fun. You know, I know the homie Nero. He was a guest on WBZ. It was like a couple years ago, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It was pretty dope, man. Love to have you there. Also, I've been on Red Dead other podcasts. With Elite Gaming Guru. I've been on there a few times. So
yes,
and of course I've been, down with you and the homie Web Dave a few times. So yeah, thanks for inviting
100%.
me.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those of you who do not know, this is one of my co-hosts here. If you don't know him, you're gonna get to know him. This is a guy who just doesn't talk about games and not play games. This guy does both. So welcome, Next Gen Nero, to the Aim Down Sights podcast, and so happy to have you, brother. Tell anyone about yourself. Anything that they need to know about you and your kind of gaming journey as fast as you can.
I am out here fighting a good fight. I'm going against that Xbox tax that is this corrupted media. Next Gen Nero, aka NGN, is better than IGN. Come to me for all of your reviews and all of the good stuff and gaming related topics, man. I try to make pony guys cry every now and again. They are very sensitive, as you guys know. So, yeah, man, I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm very honored to be here on this panel. And like I said, shout out to Dirt. Shout out to Rhetri and Panda.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they saying I'm low, huh?
Yeah, they're saying you're a little bit low.
Is there anything I can do on my end, or?
That's what I'm wondering. Let me see if I don't know if there's anything I can do on my side. Let me see, Dirt. Hold on. Let's see.
Because on my end, I have everything turned up. Let me listen.
Chat, let me guys ask you, how am I sounding? How is Nero sounding? Is it just in comparison to Dirt? Dirt's much lower, or let us know. Let us know, man.
Let us know, chat. Let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I say Dirt volume is low. Just Dirt.
I just listened to it. You guys are louder, but I don't. In my opinion, I don't sound super low. Like you can hear me, but you guys are louder. I don't know. I'm trying to get closer to the mic. Hopefully that helps. But I thought I sounded okay. I'm lower than you guys, but you guys got me. But I can still hear myself. So I don't know.
Yeah. He said, "Come on, Dirt, start yelling." Yeah, the thing is too, Nero, a lot of the times, like, this happens on these streamings. So, like, we'll all hear each other perfectly, but sometimes they won't on the other end. So sometimes it's a little deceiving. They're saying slightly lower. Well, we'll try to have Dirt be a little bit louder than he usually is. So hopefully that'll help you guys, because I don't think I can change anything internally on his settings. Let me see.
Yeah. It's all good. I will make sure I speak up.
Yes, he will. Absolutely. Jade Tech voice. There you go. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Everybody, yeah.
Hide your daughters.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. The slander starts early.
I want to go to any female in here DM. I want to send you something.
I want to sing unsolicited pics. I ain't want to sing pics.
I got some pics to sing.
Got some D pics coming your way. Check your DMs. Check your DMs, kids.
Hey, yo, real quick, I just want to say shout out to the chat, man. Y'all going crazy already, man. Like, we just
100%. Appreciate you guys. We already got 55 people in here. This is the first ever episode. We might have some technical difficulties. We'll try to figure out any issues that we have along the way. Obviously, I don't know what's going on with Panda. I'm slightly worried. Hopefully she's okay. I just texted her if she was alive. She's not answering me. I'm assuming she's okay. But hopefully she'll show up soon, and we'll get her in here because she's got a lot of opinions. There's a reason I picked who I picked to be part of this panel. A lot of people I respect. I saw Nero. I saw he was kind of like up and comer. I was like, all right, I want to get this guy. I was on Red Dead Panda's podcast, and I was thoroughly impressed with her knowledge in the industry. So I knew I've known Panda was on my radar for a long time, for a good like 6 months before I really kind of asked her if she'd be down for podcasting. And her other podcast just went down. Obviously, there was some job stuff involving with that. That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with this podcast. I promise you, that was of their own accord. But yeah, hopefully she'll show up with us tonight. But thank you guys for coming out. We got a bunch of people here. We got 56 people as far as I could tell, as long as the stream is not lying to me. Which we found sometimes it does do boost up the numbers, some weird shit. So I don't know what's going on with that, but okay, Farq, you did talk to her recently. You spoke to her last. All right. Well, we'll see what happens, man. I'm sure. I'm willing to bet it's either something's going on or it might be the time difference.
For sure.
Jedi Peter, what's up? Speaking of people who know or who love and know Red Dead Panda, what's going on, brother? So we'll just start off. I'm going to do it very much similar, at least in the beginning, how we do it with the Gamers Council, which will be going on tomorrow, obviously at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We always like to ask everyone what games they're playing, any movies and TV shows that they're interested in, because I like that stuff. I'm not just one dimensional. I also like movies and TV shows and stuff like that as well. But keep in mind, guys, if you're watching this is a radar podcast, so there will be people are swearing where we can go off the handle. We can do whatever the fuck we want, basically, on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So you get your bars off. Anyone coming onto this podcast, please feel comfortable to be yourself and don't, this is just gonna be like a conversational podcast, just like me and Dave have. That's how I want it to be. That's how I like it. But we'll start with you, Griggity. Sir, what have you been playing? And we'll move on to any movies or TV shows or any of that shit you've been watching.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Honestly, I've just finished the game Banishers.
Nice.
Oh, nice. I bet a lot of people have been saying they like the Banishers, man.
Let me tell you something. I never heard of the game until like maybe a month ago. I saw a trailer for it. I said, wow, that looks pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So when the game dropped, I bought it. I saw Don't Nod made it. I was like, well, Don't Nod are the same people that made, Life is Strange and Vampire. Right. I was like, what kind of is this game going to be any good? And obviously they know how to tell a good story. But this game, they're telling a great story. The side mission stories are incredible. The story itself is incredible. The gameplay is incredible. The graphics are pretty decent. And I finished it. I loved it thoroughly. And like I said, I just finished that. I'm probably going to go back to Jedi Survivor to finish that because I didn't finish it last year.
Game, man.
Yeah, it is great. It is. So
I feel like a lot of people have issues finishing that game, though. I still haven't finished Survivor.
I don't understand why, because it's not that long. I actually when I ended it.
How long is it?
Oh man, probably about.
Or how long is it for you? Because I think because I get distracted easily. I feel like some games take me like I always look at like the time to beat, and I never match the time to beat. It's always longer for me. So I'm just curious, Nero. Like, do you know how many hours it took you to finish?
I can actually bring up right now the exact amount of hours, man. But it didn't take. It probably took about a day and some change. Which in the end, at the end, I was kind of shocked. I was like, wow, that's it. Like that's the end. The ending wasn't bad or anything, it was just like, wow, I just didn't expect it to be over. I was thinking I had at least 5-6 more hours to go through, but it ended kind of abruptly, and I was like, not too shabby. I got about 2 days and 8 hours. So
2 days.
Okay. I mean,
most of that time is walking around like, damn, this game looked good as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look good. Now, I finished the first one.
Same.
What was the first one called?
Fall in Order.
Yeah.
That was I
finished that one. That last boss, she pissed me off. But I finally got her. But this one I haven't, I'm about to go back to it right now. So yeah, that's what I've been playing. I haven't really been watching much TV shows. Besides Halo, I watched the first 4 episodes, but I haven't watched the last few. But I will soon though. That's about it.
Are you talking like? Did you watch the? Are you watching the second season? Or are you on the first
second
right now?
season? Yep. I watched the
Okay, all
first
right.
4 episodes of season 2. I
Yeah.
haven't watched the last few, but I'll probably I'm gonna catch up pretty soon. But that's about it.
Okay. Quick question with you, Dirk. Though on the Halo side, season 1 versus season 2. Did you like season 1?
I thought
Or
it was okay, not great,
yeah.
but it was okay.
Are you feeling better about season 2? Or
The
do you
first 4
kind of feel
episodes
the
of season
same?
2 was fire. Yeah, I'm enjoying
Yeah.
season 2 a little bit more so far.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I definitely agree with that sentiment. I think a lot of people are feeling that Halo season 2 is so much better than season 1. I kind of shit on season 1 a little bit personally. I just didn't like the writing, but teach their own. Next Gen Nero, what have you been playing, man? I know you play like every time I turn around, you're playing a new game.
Yeah.
That's a loaded question. That's always going to be a loaded question. I feel like every time I ask you that.
Definitely,
But
man.
yeah, what about you?
I've been playing the finals. I want to give a shout out to my homie Lyric in the chat, my homie Riz Sensei. I was playing the finals season 2, just launched not too long ago. They got a new mode, a 5v5 mode. It's pretty fun, man. I really enjoy that game. I've been playing Middles of Avium. That game, Motors of Avium, extremely mid. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you do, because I got a great review coming for that game, man. Oh my God, I'm having to force myself through that trash ass game. And I've been playing Halo Infinite, man. I don't know why that needle just came back the other day, and I just been heavy on it, just having a good time, man. And then they just keep giving content. Not a lot of companies can make a live service game, right? Not a lot of companies.
No, they can't.
Not a lot of companies can make a shooter that can last 20 years on the market. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
So,
some companies might shut the whole shit down. Some companies.
It's only a handful of shooters that lasted that long.
Exactly.
And isn't it funny that
and they all
a lot of those studios?
And they all under the same company.
They're all under the same roof.
They all under the same,
Halo, COD, Doom. Man, ain't that funny? Right?
Quake, Quake, Wolfenstein. Like, people don't know Wolfenstein goes way back to just pixels on the
way
computer.
back.
I'm thinking about Wolfenstein. Damn,
we forget about Wolfenstein because we haven't seen it in a hot minute. Yeah.
As far as watching, I haven't really been watching too much TV since I've been, moving in and getting settled into my spot. But I do watching dev diaries on YouTube. Like, I love watching developers just express their love for games. Like, I caught up on some of the Hellblade dev dives, and the amount of attention and care they're putting into that game is just amazing, man. So that's why I brought up the Wolfenstein going way back, because I was watching the dev diary about Wolfenstein. Bro, I did not know this franchise goes back so far. Really, a really historic franchise.
OG shooter, man.
Real OG.
Doom. Yeah, it was before Doom. Yeah,
that's before Doom's time. It's crazy.
So that's awesome.
Good stuff right there, man. For me, it's been live service games. Been playing a lot of. Well, I always play COD, Halo, Fortnite, and Helldivers. Helldivers 2, not the first one. So obviously, this podcast was named accordingly because
that's what we do.
We like shooters. So the Nero.
Let me drop my nuts real quick. I don't duck no smoke and no competitive shooter, man. We are out here, man. ADS, we out here, man. All right.
Yeah.
Smoke on behalf of anybody.
We will call you out, and then if I lose against you, we will not mention that. Except for Panda. Panda's she's the queen of Halo too. So she will whoop your ass, dude. I'm telling you right now, that girl can fucking play. She's absolutely a beast.
I don't want no smoke with her, but everybody else,
everybody else, come and get some. Yeah. I do, Jedi. I will join you guys. I know you and her play a lot of Halo together. I will definitely join you guys. I am talking to some people behind the scenes about doing like another, like a large game night, like we did not too long ago with Jay. I think Peter, you were part of that too, where we were all playing Halo together. J-Rock? Yeah, it was with Jay. Yeah, it was with Jay Rock. I know. I talked to. Good guy right there. We talked to Black Viking about doing something like that as well. So we'll definitely get all those guys. We'll just try to get a bunch of community guys together so we can have a huge amount of do some big team battle, or we usually just do private matches. So that way we can shit on each other essentially, and we can talk
And,
trash.
now you still get XP for private matches, which is awesome. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah, right. Because that update.
God,
I forgot about
can we
that.
just give 343 their flowers for just knowing how to service games correct?
Right.
Man,
they didn't come out the gate swinging, but they did later, bro. Like Pierre turned that around. Like in my opinion, since season 3, Halo has been pretty damn good, and we got some more content coming up soon too. Go ahead,
going back to what Nero said, it's not that easy to make a successful game that's with consistent content.
Spiderman
releasing. It's not easy, man. Everybody can't do it, right?
Not everybody can't do it. As a matter of fact, some AAA studios can't even handle that shit. AA studios are doing better than some of these AAA studios out here. I mean, I'll even give props where props are due. The guys making Helldivers, exactly. Nero reading my mind. That's I guess you don't need 300 million to make it work. Who knew? Who crazy?
And I hope more studios learn this, man, because it's not the money that make great games. It's the passion. If you're not starting a project with passion and love, you get shit like Aviism, Immortal of Avium, and Ratchet and Clank. You just get watered down.
Come on! I like Ratchet and Clank. I might be the only one in this room. I might have just outed myself. Probably shouldn't have said that out loud.
I mean, it's cute if you like.
I like it.
Her and stuff. I guess. Like, I mean, it's not no Psychonauts. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. No. Yeah. Absolutely not. 100%. Yeah. Peter saying Jedi Peter saying Pierre has done a great job since being at the helm. Yeah. Absolutely, man. Like he turned it around. Passion will drive people, and I think he's one of those guys you can tell he's got the passion for it, and that reflects on everyone around you. So happy that he is turning around for Halo, which
we're like hearing a rumor that they're working on another campaign.
Yeah, I hope so.
Look, I don't want to drag this out too much, but I just want to ask you guys, right? Because with the rumors of, and chat, please add y'all 2 cents in, right? With the rumors of Halo switching to Unreal Engine 5, right? I'm thinking, let Halo Infinite be Infinite and just keep that as the multiplayer thing going forward with the Slipknot engine or Slips, whatever the name of that engine is, right?
Yeah,
keep that going, and then every campaign from now on, make that UE5.
I'm okay with that. I actually really
possible,
like that.
Bro. That's
it's absolutely possible, because all they have to do from the menu is just have a different launcher go into, like, that is 100%. As a matter of fact, a lot of games already use multiple engines just on the UI right in front of your face. So it's not a crazy thought. I remember talking about this years ago with people when the Unreal Engine rumors popped up. I said, why can't they do both? Why not both? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm right there with you, Nero. Hopefully, maybe they'll do something like that. I think it'd be interesting. Hopefully, it'll be optimized, because we know how we're just talking about Nero too. Every time you hear UE5, you're like, uh-oh.
Gaming, man, the biggest disappointment so far. And, I know
there's not a lot of games you can point at that are good in that engine outside of like Fortnite, Remnant 2. I can't really think of many.
I love Remnant 2. I mean, it's not like it's something, super, like.
No, like graphically, it's not. I was just talking about that it's not.
That's
not
a walking
fucking mess of a game, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Like, the bar has been set so low that at this point, I'm just like, oh, okay. Am I getting all my frames? Or is it popping like crazy? Like
RoboCop. Shout out to
that's the other one. Yeah. RoboCop.
That's a great game.
That's a very good example.
I'm
actually playing it right now.
I honestly, look, like, no bias, I honestly think RoboCop is a better game than Last of Us Part 2. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. You know what
I don't listen. Look. I don't hate that. Listen, I got all kinds of hate for that game. Part 1, great. Part 2, doo-doo. So RoboCop, and shout out to Adidas who actually gifted me RoboCop, man. We were just talking about it, and I just look at my shit, and all of a sudden I got the game. Yeah, Adidas, good guy right there.
Shout out to
just sending me pictures. I don't know if he's on a vacation again, but he was just sending me pictures from somewhere.
Vacation, yeah.
Okay, all right. So if I didn't respond to you right away, Adidas, that's why, because I was doing this show. But yeah, I saw the pictures, brother. I'll definitely respond to you soon. But yeah, I think I think things are moving in the right direction for Halo.
Definitely, man.
Firing on all cylinders, and definitely shout out to RoboCop. That's the other one. I was like, I know there's a third. I'm freaking playing it, and I already forgot it.
That's a great game.
Yeah, 100%. Super underrated, man. Super underrated that game.
You know what? That game made me go watch the movies. And I never watched the movies before.
You never? Oh, Nero. Yeah, that's right. That's right. See, Nero's a young gun right here. See, we got some different. That's another thing too. When I wanted to start a podcast years ago, and one of my very first ideas was to get. It was going to be called Xbox Generations, and I was going to be the old guy in it, and it was going to be someone in their 20s and their 30s and their 40s, all talking about gaming to get different perspectives, different ideas and stuff. So we got Nero here representing the young guns.
Definitely, man.
Shout out to you, Nero, for going back and watching RoboCop. That's an old movie, man.
I was like, man, how did I miss this, man? Like the scene when he died initially in the first movie.
Yeah,
that's
rough, dude.
I was like, that's almost as bad as Joel in Last of Us 2 with the golf. I'm like, yo, he got
Yeah.
The golf club.
Yeah, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it yet. All right. Let's get started. We'll get started on our first topic if the internet allows me to click on this. I wanted to go into the topic of the IGN Peter Moore interview. The headline for this from IGN was Microsoft will be debating right now whether Xbox consoles have a future, says Peter Moore. So I'm just going to go over just some highlights of this and kind of gauge what you guys think about what Peter had to say. I do want to remind people that mad respect for Peter Moore, but just remember the last time he was in anything to do with Xbox, that was 2007. Might as well have been a different planet at that point. But Peter Moore, as the president of Sega, Moore was in the room when Sega killed Dreamcast and went third party. Then as boss of Xbox, he oversaw the Xbox 360, contending with everything from the Red Ring of Death debacle to the over-the-top E3 presentations. So it says, yes, Peter Moore is that video game executive who got Halo 2 tattoo on his arm just to flex. So shout out to him for being crazy. Then after Microsoft and another tattoo, this time to promote GTA 4's launch on Xbox, says Moore joined Electronic Arts to run EA Sports and the FIFA series. In short, Moore knows what it takes to run a successful and unsuccessful console business, says IGN. And if anyone's wondering whether he's got any clout, obviously he does, but Peter out here basically kind of telling us that it might be the end times, like for consoles as a whole. And I'm not even saying like Peter is necessarily wrong, but maybe things are trending in that direction. To be fair, in this article, it even states that they were saying that in 2007 too. But I just want to get you guys' 2 cents on what you guys think is going on with Xbox hardware, or what you think some of the executives are even thinking. Do you foresee the console, Xbox specifically, going away sometime in the near future, or anything like that? I'll start with you, Dirt. What's your thoughts on kind of Peter Moore and what he'd been saying?
You know what? I think honestly, the near future definitely not. I believe they will have another console. If you think about 10 to 15 years from now, who knows? There
It's
might
hard
not
to
even
know.
be a PS6. There, who knows? 10 to 15 years from now, there probably won't be consoles at that point from anyone. You know, we'll still be able to play games. It'll just be a different way. So he's not necessarily wrong. I think some people saw this article and took it like, oh, he's saying Xbox is dead. No, he's not saying that.
Right. Yeah.
Some people took it as a negative article. I mean, hell, Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer, they already confirmed they're doing another console, right? They're going to have another console generation. If that generation lasts 6 to 7, 8 years, man, come on, it's going to be. I'll be in my 60s, damn it, like another 10, 15 years. What the hell do I care?
Right.
I'm 47 right now.
Hey, Dirk, you're on the way out at that point. Shit. I mean,
right, bro. Like
that's a conversation for the kids. Shit. I mean,
right, bro. I'm 47, right? 15 years, I'll be in my 60s. So who would care at that point? But evolution, technology constantly evolves. Part of me still believes in the future, not the near future, but the future, maybe 10, 15 years from now. Cloud gaming, the technology might be great enough by then to where cloud gaming feels like native gameplay. I really feel that way because technology is only getting better over the years, and who knows at this point. So I'm not going to say he's necessarily wrong, but in the near future, absolutely not. But it's not just an Xbox thing. I mean,
it's
the gaming industry, man. There might be a time where there's no consoles. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real here. So, if you would have told me 15 years ago that the gaming industry would be mostly digital, or even myself personally, that I would be all digital since 2017, I would have said, hell no way. I love my physical games too much. But then you realize, listen, this is what's happening. Physical is on its way out completely. Now, we all know the Best Buy and Target and Walmart stopped selling physical games.
Yeah.
I'm team fuck physical.
How you say, yeah, me too, bro. At this point, I'm
team fuck physical.
I've been all digital since 2017. And you would have asked me that 15 years ago, I would have said, no way will they stop making physical games. So here we are. So 15 years from now, probably there might not be any console, but there will still be video games.
Yep.
Right.
And as long as there's video games and I can play how I want to play, which means sitting on my sofa in front of the TV or however, like in front of a monitor playing, however I want to play it, as long as that's available, it doesn't matter to me. But I don't think he's wrong. But
yeah, I think a lot of people just took this. I think people go from 0 to 100 real fast when they read some of these real fast. I think some of you need to slow your roll just a little bit. I don't think consoles are going away anytime soon. I mean, we just said this on another podcast. There's just too many damn people that are in Game Pass and too many damn console gamers 100%. to just like throw up your hands and go, fuck it. Like we're done tomorrow. Like that's insane. You're just going to get rid of like 40, 50, 60, 70 million people. No, you're not doing that because they like money. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things that he said that was interesting to me was he said, Gen Z is coming through and they're going, why do I need to spend $400 or $500 on a bespoke piece of gaming hardware when I've got my smartphone or I got my PC or my Mac and I can do things there with a pretty decent controller? And I think he's got a point. Like, I think those times, they're technically here, but I think they're coming to what Griggity was saying. The cloud for Xbox, the cloud has to catch up. But if you're using NVIDIA's service, I think it's good enough right now for NVIDIA. So if the technology's already here, what's going on? Platinum 890, new subscriber. Appreciate you. It would be interesting to see if I would, there you go. There.
I didn't realize I wasn't subscribed. I was like, snap, I'm not subscribed.
Yeah, you should probably do that. Yeah. You couldn't, unfortunately, you couldn't even hide that dirt. Like, shit, you're going to see that.
Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm subscribed now, though.
Yeah, hey, count it, brother. But it'd be interesting to see, like, if they were like to do some sort of collaboration. I would love to see a collaboration with NVIDIA to get their technology, because it is unbelievably good. What they're doing right now. Yeah, I mean, I tested it out a little bit. A lot of people were talking about it. I was like, yeah. How much better could it possibly be than xCloud? It is. It's everything people were saying it was, and they got a lot of subscribers too.
I heard Stadia was really good.
I never tried Stadia, but I believe it. I heard everyone who did Stadia, tried Stadia, loved it. Their business model was just fucking shit. Like we knew it was a terrible idea. for what they were doing. But I'll go to you, Nero. What do you think about what Peter Moore said? Like, what do you think about the whole encompassing thing of
Right.
these things possibly dying? Go for it.
Before I get into that, right, I want to say with the possibility of them dying, people should probably appreciate this console generation more than what they have been. That go for fans of PlayStation and Xbox. I see a lot of people saying this generation has been underwhelming, and I just feel like you can't be really playing games if you feel that way. We've been getting hit with so many. Oh man, their head got ray trace.
You do look at these are supporters. So get your panties in a bunch out there. I don't want King Thrash coming in here saying we're fucking racist and that bullshit like it did last time. You can go fuck yourself preemptively if you come in here and saying that bullshit. I apologize. My dogs are losing their mind. I don't know where my wife is, but I don't know if you hear that in the background. But shut up.
But I was saying, we should definitely appreciate this generation, man. We've been getting some great games. We're about the halfway point of this generation. There's still so many more good games to come, man, and it's just so many to name, man. Just on it. Let's just even only on the Xbox side, because let's be honest, Xbox has been only giving us true next gen games, right? You think about Starfield, even across generation games like Halo and Forza Motorsport, and then Forza Horizon. We've been getting so many great games, man. It's honestly too many to name. So, Hogwarts Legacy. When the last time have you a good fucking Harry Potter game?
God, right? I love that game.
You got Dragon's Dogma 2. By the time it's all said and done, we're gonna have a new Elder Scrolls game. So it's like we got a new GTA coming. GTA got skipped the entire last generation, right? GTA 5 came out on the PS3. Huh?
We got Foam Stars, right?
That's a banger. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like when you got games that's so good, like Foam Stars and Last of Us being remade for the 5th time, it's just, I think we should all be grateful. But now, all jokes aside, I don't think that the consoles is going anywhere anytime soon. And I think before we see the end of consoles, we will see maybe a console PC hybrid, where they give you the option to get a console and then upgrade it over time, right? So like maybe every 5, 6, 7 years, you just go replace a specific part. And at that point, it basically will be PC, but it'll be like a diet version of PC. For people like me that just don't want to be a PC, aka pussy cheater, I'm more of a console guy. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm more of a like sitting in front of my TV on a couch versus, having a bad back sitting at a desk all day. That's just me. So, to each their own, but I just think that's more gloom and doom and gloom, right? Because that's the popular thing to do with Xbox. I feel like you can't question Xbox leaving the hardware division without questioning if Sony going to leave the hardware division. Because let's remember, whatever Microsoft does, Sony follows. So if Microsoft do leave, then best believe PlayStation won't be too far behind. So, I really don't want consoles to go anywhere, but like you guys said, technology is already so good to the point that you can stream games with ease that maybe one day it will only be streaming, man. So it's kind of scary from a console fan perspective to think about the future, man. But then you should just feel good when you got your leaders like Sarah Bonds and Phil Spencer out here telling us that we're gonna get another console generation and that it's going to be the biggest leap in console history.
She said,
you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So
she did say that.
She said that.
She did indeed say that.
So people,
I don't know if everybody heard it, Dirt. That's the thing. It's like she said it, and we're still talking this.
People pick and choose what they want to hear. You understand? Like people pick and choose what news they want to hear, right? If she was to come out and say, "Hey, man, these consoles are so powerful now, it's going to be a small leap," that'd be all over IGN, getting tweeted 1,000 times a day. But she says it's going to be the biggest leap, and you barely hear anybody in the media talking about it, man. So I love that they just confirmed that it is going to be another console, and that makes me feel good, man. And hopefully Xbox just goes straight to next gen. Don't do that. It's only one console out here right now that need a Pro. Let's be honest. It's only one console on the market that need a Pro.
Somebody needs it.
And it's the console that got less 120 hertz games than the Series S. That's the console that needs a Pro.
Every other console is good
for another 5 years.
No scope.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely, Nero. I definitely agree with what you just said. we'll move on from one interview to another. I'm not going to spend too much time on Sean Layden's interview, but there was some things that I thought that was kind of interesting that he brought up. So let me see if here we go. Let's see. So Layden says in his interview that this was with VentureBeat. So he says, let's take an old world problem. Let's go back 10 to 15 years. Remember when used games were such a hot button topic back in the day? It says in Japan, platforms were fighting in court to stop the sale of used games because they had different laws around it. In America, it was pretty much a lost cause. If you can sell a used book, a used album, a used car, why can't you sell a used game? The only difference is that a book, an album, a car, they degrade. The book gets torn, the cars get dents. With digital media, every copy is identical. There's no wear and tear. Sony fought and they lost this war. GameStop made a fortune on used game sales as part of their business, as big as part of their business. Part of the reason why publishers and developers were so aggravated by it is that you can resell a game 5 times over, but the developer or publisher only gets something from the original sale. It says if there were a system where you could have used digital games where I have an .exe file essentially of a game and want to sell it because I'm not done playing it in the current world of things, I can sell my digital library. You can't sell your iTunes library, but if there were a system where if I were to sell you a digital copy of a game and through that transaction, the original creator could get X% every time the game is resold, then publishers and developers would have a very different view towards the used market. They'd be begging, please sell my game. I just wanted to get you guys as like a little input on what Sean is obviously he's talking about, like used game back in the day, which was something like GameStop's bread and butter. Mm-hmm. But would you be okay with a system where if someone comes up with this, they're going to be freaking billionaires. I can tell you that if they can figure this shit out. But Dirt, would you be down for like a used digital, gaming platform essentially, where at least the publishers would get some money so they wouldn't care?
Me personally, I mean, whatever. I mean, it's fine. Like you said, GameStop for years had their physical game use, which is their bread and butter, which is also part of the reason why they're not as big as they were, because digital is taking over. So I mean, I would be fine with it. It wouldn't bother me any. There's a lot of digital games I have. I wish I could sell them shits.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's a win-win for everybody, right? Like I got a lot of old digital shit.
Anybody want to buy Motors or Avium for $5? I got
you. He bought it for 70, selling it for 5. It's a steal. I
mean, look, there's games I have absolutely no interest in ever playing again. And
right.
Listen, I'm not a digital game collector. What the hell do I care? That game can get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't have a problem with it at all.
Yeah, Nero, what do you have any thoughts on this, like, digital platform, like being able to resell your old digital games?
No, I think that would be dope, but I think it would have to be some type of limit. Like maybe you can only resell a digital game twice, a 2-time limit. So maybe you sell it to a person, but after that second person sell it, you can't just keep passing around for the low like hotcakes, because it has some type of limit.
I agree.
And that's one of the drawbacks for digital over physical. But the bonus is, hey man, you don't got to go walk and take it to sell it to nobody. You just sell it, and now it's in their library. And I think that would be really dope, man. It is a few games I got burnt on that I bought and didn't try to refund right away, or Microsoft caught on and said, yo, we're not doing that. And I wouldn't mind selling them and just getting rid of them. But I think that would be dope. And like you said, Rhetri, whoever comes up with that idea would be a genius and a millionaire.
My God, dude.
See, like, what if it's like this? I say, yo, like me and Rhetri is talking. I say, like Rhetri, I don't like this damn. I don't know. Just say for example, Alan Wake 2. I don't like Alan Wake 2. Do you want to buy it from me? Say, okay, yeah. How much? We agree on $10, and somehow Microsoft or PlayStation get a small percentage of that.
Right.
I guarantee they would love to do that shit.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Even they get like just if they got
Because
the
at that
option.
case, it's basically them double dipping. When you really think about it, at that point in time, it'll be no. When I really think about it, that's actually very beneficial for them.
To everybody though. That's the thing, because the digital just fucking sits there and rots. And it doesn't do anything except for, unless you really care about the game, then you go back and you can play that. And then I see like the future of like services like Game Pass, where those first party shit ain't going anywhere. So I don't fucking need the physical or the digital version of that, because it's sitting there. Anytime I want to re-download it, I got it. You know what I'm saying? So I can sell literally thousands of digital games for $1, $2. I don't fucking know what it would cost. It'd probably be shit. But everyone gets a piece.
Get their percentage, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It can be, if you sell a game for $5, they might get 35 cents. But if you get millions of people doing that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I think Lyric made a good point, man. You basically just selling your license of the game and not the game itself.
Yeah. You're just passing around. He has a license. Here's a license. Absolutely, Lyric, 100%. Yeah, because times have changed. Absolutely. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting thing that Sean brought up. And I'm guessing he's probably working on that right now. But he also, they also asked, VentureBeat said, Phil Spencer talked about the decisions they've made to take some games to Sony's platform to other platforms. One thing he said was that what everyone needs is for the market to grow. When the market's not growing, it explains a lot of the suffering going on and the need to rethink. Layden says this to that. He says, absolutely. When your cost for a game exceeds 200 million, I think you meant 300 million, but yeah, 200 million, exclusivity is your Achilles heel. It reduces your addressable market, particularly when you're in the world of live service gaming or free to play. Another platform is just another way of opening the funnel, getting more people to play. In a free to play world, we know that about 95% of those people will never spend a nickel. The business is all about conversion. You have to improve your odds by cracking the funnel open. Helldivers 2 has just shown that PlayStation coming out on PC at the same time works. Shocker. Again, that you get the funnel is wider. You get more people in. He says for single player games, it's not the same exigency. But if you're spending 250 million on a game, you want to be able to sell it to as many people as possible, even if it's just 10% more. The global install base for consoles, he says, if you go all the way back to the PlayStation 1 and everything else stacked up there, whenever in time you look at it, the cumulative consoles out there never gets over 250 million. It just doesn't. The dollars have gone up over time, but I look at that and see that we're just taking more money from the same people. I love that he said that, because I 100% agree with that. That happened during the pandemic, which made a lot of companies overinvest. Look at our numbers going up. He said that they had to chase, they had to chase the rocket, essentially, had to chase the money, which I get, which is one of the like ebb and flows of this industry and why it's so scary if you're a fucking dev, because you're always looking over your shoulder, essentially, to see if you still have a job. But I'll go to you, Dirt. What do you get from what Layden says about these games costing so much and the free to play models and everything I basically just said? Like the 95% not spending any money on live service, and the 5% basically carrying the workload. And us suckers, us suckers continually just paying more so they can make more money. There's not more of us. We're just spending more. Like, what are your thoughts about what Layden said here?
Well, actually, I agree with them, because everybody know I'm an Xbox fanboy. I talk shit. I do console war banter. But
yes, sir.
When you realize what's happening in the gaming industry, a guy my age, 47 years old, I've been around all these console generations, and like he said, if you go from the PS2, original Xbox, GameCube generation to now, the numbers are the same. Right?
They are.
It's 10 crazy. Million here and there. There's really not many new people investing in console. But there were new people investing in PCs. A lot of gamers playing mobile now. And if you think about what he said, I think he's right. So when you have these games, but the budgets have been going up, right? When you think about consoles, the people buying consoles has remained the same. They're selling to the same people, but the budgets have been going up on these games. So what's happening? The budget's going up, but not many more people buying games. And all of a sudden, you're like, damn, these games, the prices haven't really went up much. $10 this generation, but it's like, man, we have to figure out a way to like calm this shit down because it's going crazy. The budgets are going crazy. So for years, PlayStation was only about the PlayStation console. To play PlayStation exclusives, you had to have a PlayStation console. Mm-hmm. Those days are about to be gone because, as we already see, they're putting their games on PC. Xbox figured this out long ago.
Long ago. Speak
ahead of the curve. Crazy.
Yeah.
They're always ahead of their time.
People was pissed off. Like, why are you putting your games on PC day to day? Xbox saw where the industry was headed. Now, if you think about now, Xbox is already overnight. They're in mobile already. Overnight. Bought ABK. Yeah. We have a big presence in mobile.
We're there. Yeah.
Right. So I know a lot of us Xbox guys were pissed off about Xbox putting their games on PlayStation. When those rumors were going crazy, I was pissed. I was like, why Xbox putting all this shit over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after that podcast with Phil, Sarah, and Matt, it calmed me down a little bit. Phil said some things that calmed me down.
Great leader, man. Just a great leader.
No, like I always say on my podcast, when Phil said, if you think these 4 games going mean that all games are going, that's not the case because they're not. I'm sure some more will go.
Yeah,
sure.
But I don't think all their games will go. And it's just this is the gaming industry we're in right now. I know it's unfamiliar to a lot of us, especially us that console war that use exclusives as ammo.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh shit.
Yeah. We're running out of bullets.
We're running out of bullets. But at the same time, this is where we are now, right? This is where we are.
Xbox, yo, look at Reese.
Xbox is for real.
Off the ledge.
Yo,
the truth comes out. Thank you, Reese.
Oh damn. So before I give it to you guys, let me say this last thing right quick. So
go for it.
We just have to realize that we might not like some of the things that's happening. We see PlayStation guys are still pissed off about Ghost of Tsushima. Why are you guys still surprised their games are going to PC at this point? All of their games are going to PC, and that's
all
fine.
of them.
All of them are going. It's just a matter of porting them over. That's what's taking so long.
Yep. If they had more studios to port them over at Griggity, they'd be there. I guarantee it. They would be there already.
Rhetri, it makes sense at this point.
It does.
Makes sense. So, like I said, some of us Xbox guys might not like some future games going to PlayStation or Nintendo or whatever, but trust me, we'll get over the shit. We'll get over it, right?
We'll get over it.
It's just a different time in gaming, man.
The thing is, too, Dirt, like, if you've stuck around this, if you're an OG from Xbox, you can get over some bad news pretty quickly. I think, we've been through the fucking ringer. We're used to, this shit, so it's all good. But
you're damn right about that, bro.
Yeah, 100%. She's here, guys. She's alive. I was getting a little bit worried.
Okay.
But she is here.
I just want to apologize because last week it was 1 p.m. my time, and I didn't realize that your Eastern time had changed.
Yes, I knew it was a time change. You're good.
So I didn't realize there was a time change this week, or else I would have been here on time. So I do apologize.
No, you're good, Panda. We're just happy you're here. I'm happy.
I've literally just been mowing lawns, so if I look red and sweaty, it's because I've been mowing lawns.
She's been working hard.
Look at that
I've been working before the show.
Hit that like button. She came.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Don't appreciate you being here and holding it down while I'm running late.
while you're mowing the lawn, doing that hard labor. No, Panda, don't worry about it. You're good. Just happy to have you here joining us, Panda. The Halo. I was complimenting you early, calling you the Halo Queen. I said don't fuck with Panda. She will mess you up in Halo. That's just true. She's gonna give me shit over time about being better than me at Halo. It's fine.
Panda, we might have
I don't even need to give you shit. You just immediately fall over and admit defeat. So
talent recognizes talent, and I thought I was good at Halo, and I played against you. I'm like, maybe I'm not that good. I was like, shit. but I'll beat your ass in Fortnite anytime.
Again, I just want to say thank you, Dirt, for joining us for our first episode on the show, and I really do apologize for being late.
It's all good.
Yeah. All right. I think. I guess we can move into the next hot topic here, and that is PlayStation canceling the Great Web. I can never remember the damn name of this game, dude. It's So the Great Web. We might have to add you in another scene, Panda, into. So I'm going to show this right here in the Twitter scene. So you might have to add yourself. I'm going to transition over to that in a second. Let me bring this up real quick. Let's see. Beat this shit. Let me copy that. All right, we're gonna go over here and check this this out in a second. Oh, thank you for switching it to studio mode. She's already helping me out, folks. She just got here. All right, let me. She's
a team effort.
Like, I was late. Let me help you. I'm sorry.
Let me do my job.
Yeah, 100%. We're gonna see how this stuff works. A lot of this software and stuff is kind of new. Well, it's new to these guys for sure, and I haven't used it too much. So we're going to see if we can get this working here the way it's supposed to work.
Is that the right scene I selected, by the way? Did I select the right scene?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
The Great Web left with Jim Ryan. Yeah, exactly. Poor Jimmy boy. All right, let's check. Hold on. Is this fucking thing?
Shout out to the chat, man, for sure.
Yeah, thank you guys. You guys are definitely holding it down. Appreciate you.
Y'all making my night for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
And Panda, I may or may not push the entire community to challenge anybody on the ADS podcast. So we don't duck any action though. So
yes, absolutely. We will challenge you if you want to play us in the video games. And you guys can obviously join our Discord too. It's Community Game Nights. Nights is spelled with a KN. So you can definitely join us there if you want to play some games. We do it all the time. Typically, I do Friday nights, Saturday nights for games. But like I was saying earlier, we're going to try to combine forces with some other YouTubers and stuff to try to get a huge either Halo. It'll probably be Halo. Who am I kidding? It's going to probably be Halo or maybe COD or something like that. Now that they're under the Xbox banner, but I'm just going to play this in the background here. This is
New York City. Nothing
little thing that's not happening.
I wouldn't do for this big, beautiful.
Oh man, and you say this is what got canceled?
One moment you're scarfing down a slice
that trailer was well done. I wonder how far the game was along. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god,
that's what I'm wondering.
This looks amazing.
But try not to lean too hard into the
just
whole
like Spiderman,
lone wolf thing.
Exactly.
Because this gig's a whole lot more fun when you've got friends.
What multiplayer Spider-Man?
Fact,
when is this coming out?
There are plenty of baddies out there who'd like to see you 6 feet under. Which leads me.
Hey, Chad, let me know if you're actually hearing the audio coming out. I'll make sure it's actually working.
The interdimensional nexus of life and destiny
Co-op
that
should
connects
have been
all us
in the
spider
game
pals together.
from day dot.
A few of us here tried to protect
Yep.
it, but we failed. If the Great Web collapses, it's the end for us all.
Thank you, Peter. Appreciate it, man.
So, if you're hearing this,
Peter Knight,
those
not
of you still
Peter
able
Parker.
to swing across the Great Web, it's time to come together and fix this mess.
He'll take the compliment no matter
luck
what you
out
mean, there, Rhetri.
You're gonna need
I know he would.
This is,
He's like, I'm Spider-Man now.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Signing off.
I feel bad for the team that made that trailer.
I know, right? Like we worked so. That's a second trailer too. I don't know how this shit got leaked out. So shout out to Ash and.
I'm just getting caught. Wait, that's canceled?
Oh, welcome.
They canceled this?
Yeah.
Oh my god! I just put my Xbox.
DOA. I mean, it didn't even arrive.
I just put my Xbox up for sale on eBay, seeing that trailer. And you mean to tell me this game is actually not coming?
Not coming.
Let me go take that listing down real quick. God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he was serious for a second. He said he just.
I love you, man. Yeah. So it's dead. DOA. Not to see the light of day. I am curious though. Like maybe I'm alone on this one. I don't know. I felt like maybe it would be too repetitive, but Did you guys actually enjoy the trailer? Did you think this game should have come out? Did you think it looked fire for what we saw?
The regular Spider-Man's is repetitive as hell.
Fair enough. I can't. I don't know if I can argue with that. Yeah.
It looks. I mean, honestly, it looked fine. You know what I'm saying? If you like Spider-Man games, it looked like it would have been fun for people that like Spider-Man games.
It looked like a PS3 Pro game. I mean, it's
PS3 Pro.
It's a game. I mean, I think it. See, that's the problem, man. Sony just doesn't have any fucking faith in anything other than those walking simulators and those babysitting simulators, and it's very disappointing, man. Because all trolling aside, I think that would have been good for them to come out, because not only do they have no multiplayer games, they don't have the simple co-op games. You get what I'm saying? Just playing with your friends and playing with your buddies. Right. You know, it's more than multiplayer than just PvP. So it's like you losing on every front, and it's sad. I mean, to me, that trailer didn't look too impressive. It looked clunky as hell, and it would have flopped. Just like all the games do. So
that's what I'm wondering.
But they could have sold it as $70 DLC.
Here's the only thing where I'm going to defend this, where I think, because I was told, and I didn't know this, that there was over like 900 Spider-Man because of the multiverse shit. So essentially, they could have gone the route of Epic Games in a Fortnite style, and they would have had skins for years to sell you. But that doesn't fix bad gameplay, and that's kind of like what I saw. A lot of Xbox guys were saying that they thought this looked fire, and I'm not one of them. I actually thought it looked too repetitive.
Rhetri. They was only saying that because they know it's not coming. Because I'm doing the same thing. It looks amazing, but it's not coming. So I mean,
give it its praise.
I think it added a element that was like elevated rather than the standard rinse and repeat Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 experience that the Xbox players have been watching from afar if they haven't played it on a PS5. So I think it added some sort of dynamic gameplay that wasn't that repetitive side of things. And I think that's what was calling out to them, because the idea of playing with friends, like in Outriders and Halo and all of those games where you get to experience and have fun and troll each other in games. So I feel like that's what they were looking at, going, this looks fire. But aside from that, I don't think it was probably going to do as well as they... Like, just launching it by itself, it needed to be like a DLC or some sort of tack on.
Right.
You never know. They might relook at it at Spider-Man 3 episode 5. Who knows how many episodes they're making of Spider-Man 3? So
right, yeah, I see where you're going with that. Terry, did you actually like? I'm not like. I know we like to troll, but did you actually think it looked decent, or?
I thought it looked fine.
Yeah,
it looks like Spider-Man, co-op Spider-Man.
Right. Yeah.
But they. I don't know, man. We don't know what's going on internally at Sony. The media might say like have an article here and there about, oh well, this studio had layoffs, this studio got closed, or this game got canceled, but they really don't know how to do multiplayer games. Mm-hmm. They really don't. And
clearly not. I mean, we factions.
They condition their fan base to like one type of game,
right? Single
player stories, and then listen, they make decent single player games. Absolutely,
man. I hate to be this guy, man.
Go ahead.
They only know how to make one type of game because that entire company is being ran by one type of person and one type of race. I hate to be that guy. When you look at Microsoft,
be that guy.
Yeah, when you look at Microsoft, you see diversity all around the board, man. You can just look, from black women to white women, black men, Hispanic, like and Native American, like you just see it, all that diversity. When you don't have those different diversity to make people come with different ideas and take those risks, you're forever going to be dealing with situations like this where you got these devs.
Are you trying to say they're vanilla?
Sorry, very
I had
vanilla.
To make that.
Very vanilla. Extremely
joke for the day. We're good.
Someone leaked this trailer, and we're just gonna find out later on that Bungie went in there, looked at the game, and
canceled it.
Bungie murked it. You think Bungie
was
like,
one? Nah.
Bungie been walking around PlayStation headquarters, smacking everybody games off their desk. Like I heard they walked into Neil Druckmann and just smacked that faction shit on the ground and said, "Yo, Start over. Better yet, cancel this shit. Help us with Marathon. And that's what got back to me. I don't know how true it is, but that's just what's going on in these gaming streets, man.
It's probably going to cost another $300 million to finish the game anyway.
And look, I respect all you guys' opinion, right? But that shit look ass. All right, it don't look better than Suicide Squads. It damn sure don't look better than Gotham Knights, right? And both of those games got hit with so much criticism.
A lot of hate.
In my opinion, both of those games, and I played both of them games, so I can speak on it. Both of those games look miles better than what the fuck I just seen in that trailer. Right.
Yep.
When you said Miles, I thought you were going to make like a Miles Morales joke there for a moment. I was like, it's ripe for it.
Miles is the only thing holding that franchise up at this moment, man. And I'm sorry, like a lot of Sony games just don't look good. You know, I've been spoiled all generation from Xbox. You know, whether it's the games in front of me on my screen when they drop, or just the trailers I've been seeing from the games that are coming. I'm just spoiled. So when I see games like Rise of Ronin, and you know, if you follow me on Twitter, I've been praising Rise of Ronin for saying, like, as an Xbox guy, that's one of them games I want to play. But man, I mean, if we're just talking about visually, they need a PS5 Pro.
Yeah, you know, Rise of Ronin was high on my list until I saw it the last time they showed it. I was really disappointed. And I'm not even talking about like him scaling the building. It was before that during their state of play. It was high on my list. I was a little disappointed. The only thing that I'm interested in right now is what I'm already playing. That's Helldivers 2. Which I think is a pretty good game. I don't think Helldivers 2 is as good as COD. I don't think it's as good as Halo. I don't think it's as good as Fortnite. But it's a good game. It's a good game.
I mean,
but man,
Dragon's Dogma is gonna come in and stomp the shit out of Rise of Ronin.
Yeah. I definitely want to possibly do a poll if I can figure out how to do that bullshit.
I mean, isn't Multiverses coming back soon? That's also gonna shut that shit down.
Multiverses. I did not like Multiverses. I hopefully they'll get their shit together. Yes.
Right? Yeah, I ain't like that.
Yeah. And I tried it. I don't know what it was. The combat just was not for me. But you're seeing these guys cancel they canceled Factions too. They Twisted Metal. That's another one that pissed me off. I was looking. First of all, I didn't know it was supposed to be a live service game. I was just excited that there was going to be a Twisted Metal in the world. And then they were like, oh, they canceled another live service game, Twisted Metal. I was like, that was going to be a fucking live service game? Really? Okay. Then you got the London studio shutting down over at Sony. That was supposed to be some fantastical and magical game. We had no clue really what that was. First Contact Entertainment, ever heard of them? Probably not. That's another studio that shut down. It was a VR studio. That was a partnership with Sony. Most people probably don't even know what that is or that it existed at all. So that's another one gone. Deviation Games. They were making a lot.
Before they opened up. They walked in the office, cut the lights on, and cut it off and walked out.
Not quite sure what they were working on.
It's like the Matrix where they cut the heart line and they've changed it. They're all bricked up and they can't get out.
well, you know, Rhetri, they were.
Yeah.
It's confirmed working on an exclusive FPS game, probably a games as a service, most likely for PlayStation. They were.
Well, right. That Deviation was, So we know, like, we don't know what it was about, but we know, that it was going to be a live service. We even know what it cost. I know they said it cost $50 million. So I know all this shit except nothing about the actual fucking game itself, which is hilarious to me. But
do you know what's hilarious to me?
Yes, Panda.
That people still bring in fucking Scalebound.
Really holding on to Scalebound.
But Scalebound was like 8 years ago, and this is like cancelled game. And I'm like, you can't compare them at all. That's what pisses me off. Stop bringing up Scalebound. It's not a win.
They're closing studios too. It's
right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, closing studios left and right. How many studios have closed under Xbox recently?
Well, they canceled that one game that was in development for 6 years, but no studio has closed.
Right, that was
through the acquisition, right? Through ABK?
Yeah, that was the acquisition,
Yeah.
And they tried to use those layoffs against Microsoft, and I'm like, I mean, the way Activision has been being ran, I mean, half of you motherfuckers deserve to go. I don't want to see anybody lose their job just like the next person. But I mean, if I go into McDonald's and there's 20 people in there working, and it still took them 45 minutes to give me my 2 Big Macs, and half
Yes,
motherfuckers need to go as well. You know, I mean,
developing that Blizzard game for 6 years, and they said they needed like 2 or 3 more years. Matt Booty was like, cut that shit. Get out of here.
Cut that shit out, right?
Get out of here. Y'all need 3 more years? Get out of here.
Yo, I'm Reese. I love Sony got more canceled games than released ones.
That's true.
I think that's true. I think he might be actually spot on with that number. It's just like this whole live service shit. I'm fine with it. I love my live service games, but how the fuck are you going to come into the industry when you got Fortnite, Halo, Call of Duty, Helldivers, Apex, Rocket League, Genshin, League of Legends, Sea of Thieves, GTA Online, No Man's Sky, Final Fantasy 14, Destiny 2. Those are just a few I just named. How the fuck do you come in and compete like for your time with that shit? Wait, what? I missed Jim Ryan. Yo, how dare someone's trolling? Someone took my picture. I know who it is. I know who you are. Oh, you're writing shit for me. All right, I see what you're doing.
Hey, can I say something?
Go ahead, Griggity.
Right quick, Rhetri.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what? Like you mentioned, they've the games as a service stuff is not easy. They supposedly hire Bungie for their expertise with games as a service, but I believe more of this is going to happen. I'm not being a fanboy right now. Just pay attention to what's going on. They needed games as a service, right? In the already top heavy industry, you just named some of the biggest games as a service in the industry right now. They're going to be there. They're going to stay there. PlayStation, they have Helldivers. The PC part is really helping that game out, and the game is successful for them. But they've already canceled several others. We just mentioned them.
Yep.
Hey, Haven, Jay Raymond Studio. This is going to be their first game. That's another. It's going to be tough for a first-time studio to make a successful game as a service. We just saw Deviation, like Nero said. They turn on the lights and say, "Oh shit, party's over already." As soon as they came in, they went out. Right. Then we have Concord from Firewalk. I don't know what their previous game was. I think this is their first game also. So they don't know how to do games as a service. You know, not Scalebound. See, like Panda, you got me saying Scalebound.
You got it, yeah.
Helldivers 2 is a success. But when you look at Xbox, they've been doing this shit from the beginning.
Yeah, this is old news.
And campaigning the same game. Halo from the beginning had that. You know, we had people had parties, LAN parties.
Yes.
With Halo, because Xbox has been doing that from the beginning of them being in the console industry. They've been doing that. PlayStation has some multiplayer games in the PS3 generation, but for whatever reason, they stopped in the PS4 generation. And here we are. Now they're trying to, oh shit, we need to get some games as a service. And they announced 12 of them. Well, like Jim Ryan said, they was going to have 12 of them. They like 6 or 7 of them canceled already. I'm just saying.
Dude, I'm running out of like fingers here. I don't know how many they canceled, but it's a lot. I think they got to be at half of what they originally were at. Because I only know of what you just said. I only know of Fair Games, Concord. We know about or Concord. I don't know, whatever.
Concord,
Marathon, and I still think this one could be canceled. The Horizon multiplayer that looks, if you look at the art for it, looks like fucking Fortnite.
Yeah.
Hey, they're gonna Spider-Man is gonna get merged into that. You're gonna have Spider-Man skins and Horizon.
You're probably right.
They said it's not canceled though. They said that Gorilla recently said that the multiplayer is not canceled. Because somebody asked them, well, all these other games being canceled, is your game canceled? Is that no? We're still, you know,
right. You know who else said that? Factions, right to the last fucking millisecond until it was
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you can't trust Sony. They won't even tell you when they fire people. They sure as shit ain't going to tell you when a game's canceled until it's already done. Until the
we know it's dead when they show up to Keeley's showcase and they only show concept art.
Yeah.
You know it's dead then.
Yeah, dead on the vine. It's only okay when they do it, when they show that concept art. But shit. All right, let me switch this up real quick here.
Like, Guerrilla Games' history with the why can't I think of the shoot? Why can't I think of the name of that game? What did they start before they made?
I can't. I'm not going to remember what the hell it was.
Killzone.
Yeah,
so I feel like they do probably have a bit more of that history in them to make a pretty good game around that. But it is concerning. Like what Jim Ryan said, like 6 live service games. What are they at now? Like -6.
Dude.
Wait, how many did they say they had in the works?
Jim Ryan said 12, and if we
12.
So damn near over half of them is canceled. That's insane.
That's Factions canceled. The Spider-Man game is canceled. The Deviation game is canceled.
Deviation. Yep.
Man, long live Jim Ryan.
Twisted Metal. There's 4. Yep.
Twisted Metal.
I don't know if the London studio that just shut down was doing a live service. I'm not. I don't know.
Supposed to be, but I don't think they even started.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, you could still count if they were supposed to do it. That's part of their. That's 5. I'm out of. Like I said, I'm really running out of fingers.
It's we can't think of right now, but it's.
Well, I feel like there was another one cancelled that we hadn't been announced yet, properly announced. I feel like there was another one cancelled last year.
Last year. Well, Deviation technically, like a while ago, did. Deviation, like I think, like 10 months ago, said that was canceled. So I'm not sure why it's coming back around now. But probably because of the whole Spider-Man thing.
But it's concerning just looking at the
last year.
Yeah,
it wasn't. Okay, I read it.
Like what happened. The CEOs, like the co-founders, had left. I mean, so it probably was canceled last year, but it wasn't officially.
But that we didn't know it. Okay, yeah. I must have read an article because it said I read an article somewhere saying it was 10 months ago. I was like, what? I don't remember that.
Really?
But yeah. But hey, my memory's shit, so do not take my word for it. Yeah, I know they lost a bunch of employees too last year. So.
Hey, the chat has got me dying over here, bro.
What are they saying?
Yo, this is what I can expect every Saturday. Hey,
I forgot about. KOTOR, sorry, I always say that wrong. Another one that killed me. I really wanted that to come back.
Yes, that's right. KOTOR, yeah.
KOTOR, yeah, that's a good one. That's
another game that was canceled.
Yeah,
but it's another game that was supposed to be.
It's another one that died, right?
So they saying the London studio was making a VR game,
VR.
Which
it's
VR too.
Okay, made VR games. I don't know if their new one was going to be a VR game.
Sony need to chill out on all this hardware they keep releasing. All these just.
We said VR. We talked about VR flopping hard, man, and I think
didn't we talk about that on
the
web?
Audience isn't there.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's niche. It's niche, and why?
It's like JRPGs. It's niche.
It always amazed me that people would bother trying to make a game for that niche of a market. You could do literally 100% of your audience if you got 100% of them and you got maybe 8 million that you sell to. Like, I'm not saying 8 million is bad, but you literally have to hit 100%, which we know they don't do on PlayStation. They're lucky if they hit 10.
Yeah, PlayStation people do not buy games, despite what the clowns on Twitter say. They just don't.
Yeah.
Flop.
Kayasante, I know you asked me earlier. We are using EV Mux right now. I'm not using OBS. I might in the future use a combination of both so we can up the resolution. But I could talk to you about that later, Kay. Absolutely. Xbox should pick up KOTOR 100%. Yeah, because it was their game back in the day. Like, pick that shit up. Just take the crumbs. Like, I don't care. Make it happen, Captain. Like, shit.
All these cancel studios, all these games flopping. But hey, them console sales, am I right?
Hey, yeah, right. Yeah,
even
absolutely.
That isn't enough in Sony eyes.
Right.
Not anymore. Absolutely.
A bunch of 2K boxes getting sold. Like, that's it.
Yeah. I guess we can move on to the next piece of news. I'll skip this one a little bit. It's PS5 Pro. PS5 Pro. I know. Panda
Let me get some
is
oxygen because it's a bit high up here with the amount of. There's not much oxygen up here where those PlayStation people are sitting, believing this shit.
Yeah.
All right. Let me give the little number things and talk about it real quick, and I'll let you guys get your bars in and go off. It says this is from Insider Gaming. Insider Gaming can confirm that the leaked PS5 Pro specs leaked earlier today are real, and the PlayStation 5 is still tentatively targeting a 2024 holiday release. Speaking with sources who wish to remain anonymous because they were not authorized to talk about company plans, we can confirm that the leaked documentation from the YouTube channel Moore's Law is Dead is real, despite the criticism of the leaker and the leaked specs themselves. Insider Gaming can confirm that the documentation leaked is from a PlayStation developer portal, which was sent out this week to a wider band of third-party developers. So I love on the Insider Gaming, I love like the little things that I'm about to tell you is kind of just the way this is worded. It is so fucking marketing BS. It's not even funny. In early 2023, Insider says they reported via Key to Gaming that PS5 Pro is under the codename Trinity and will be targeting improved and consistent FPS at 4K resolution. You know the thing they promised us in the first fucking place? Yeah, that thing. A new performance mode. Go fuck yourself. For 8K resolution, go fuck yourself. And accelerated ray tracing. In addition, it was reported that Trinity will have 30 WGP and 18,000 MTS memory. And if you want to know what 18,000 MTS memory is, it's just a way to basically say, it's just a way to make it sound better than it actually is. It's another way to measure memory that just sounds better because a fucking number is larger. Anyways, they say in the leaks, they also confirm rendering is 45% faster than PS5. This is my favorite one. 2 to 3 times ray tracing, times 4 in some cases. What the fuck does that mean?
So shouldn't that be 2 to 4 then?
Right, like what the fuck is 2 to 4 times ray
Why'd you
tracing?
even do 2 to 3
Like,
and then
what
just
the
but
fuck
maybe
is he talking about?
What
Like,
does that even mean? 33.5 teraflops. All the flops. You're getting all the flops now. Now it's okay to talk about teraflops. PSSR, so PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution Upscaling. Upscaling and anti-aliasing, I can never say that word, solution.
Anti-aliasing?
That's the one. So they're being Sony and going proprietary with their upscaling. Very dumb, in my opinion. But anyways, move on. So very dumb.
Paper mache resolution.
For support for resolutions up to 8K is planned for future SDK version.
not one game on Earth asked for that, by the way.
Nope. Yeah, exactly. Custom machine learning architecture, AI accelerator supporting 300 TOPS of 8-bit computation, 67 T-flops of 16-bit floating point, which means basically 33 teraflops. But okay, yeah, let's big numbers. Who wants to go first? Who wants to talk about the PS5 Pro? Is it even necessary? Is probably the real good question here.
It is. All you gotta do is look at look at Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy Rebirth performance mode and tell me a PS5 Pro is not needed.
Fair, okay. I like that take. I like
look
that
at
take.
Rise of Ronin. It's needed.
But they have smart shift technology in that console, so right, it's meant to be able to move power from the GPU to the CPU to be able to push those frames. And
that's
I feel
what
like
they
smart
tell
shift
you.
isn't.
I was told
smart
the
shift
SSD
technology
was
isn't working as intended.
I mean, that SSD cracking SSD was supposed to give us 8K 300 frames per second, but I mean, I just don't understand why it's not.
They haven't updated the spec for the PS5 Pro on the SSD, right? It's gonna be at least a 10 gigahertz SSD speed. It's definitely going to cure cancer this time.
Yeah, Reese making a Pro model, but still lacking a roadmap.
They made fun of Xbox for that with the Xbox One X. Oh, y'all ain't got no games to show the power.
Sure did, Griggity.
Guess what? Y'all ain't got no games to show the damn power. I really feel that this is what I feel. I do know that Tom Henderson and Insider Gaming, their track record is pretty decent.
It is.
So if this is true, I think it's. This is just my opinion.
Yeah,
I really feel that they're making a mistake because this happened last generation. If y'all remember, we heard rumors about the PS4 Pro. We heard rumors. PS4 Pro gonna do this. PS4 Pro gonna do that. And E3 June 2016, Xbox said, "Yo, we got Project Scorpio, which is the most powerful console ever. it killed PS4 Pro before it even came out, right? So now here we are again. We're hearing these rumors about the PS5 Pro and PlayStation guys like, yeah, it's gonna be the best place to play GTA 6, which it probably will be because it's not dropping on PC at launch. But what if Xbox comes out here this year and say, yo, we got our next generation console dropping next year or even 2026, and people are gonna say, oh, the PS5 Pro is already dead on arrival because it's only going to be the best temporarily for a year, just like the PS4 Pro was. You know what I'm saying? So, is it true? I have no idea, but like I said, I do think that Tom Henderson is pretty accurate with his information.
Yeah,
but,
I was making fun, but I'm not saying the specs aren't correct. What I'm saying is Sony is doing some very good marketing and making it sound better than it actually is. Just like TV manufacturers did the same thing.
Not to cut you off, it's a few people in the chat saying Dirt sounds quieter. I'm not sure if that's still from the same volume it is earlier, or if they saying he got quieter than what he was earlier.
He sounds a little muffled.
I sound muffled?
Like quiet, like I don't know, like muted in a way. Like I don't know, the impact of your voice doesn't sound like it's coming through as clear as like Nero and Rhetri and that.
It's weird.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
There's no way to turn yourself up on
your
end.
Is man, them ponies, they don't want to see us be great.
I'm full blast on my end. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Some people saying he sound fine though. I see people in the comments.
Okay, maybe it's just on my end.
Yeah, I can hear him good, but
I like what Asante said in the chat.
Let's see.
He said, my question is, why are people assuming that Xbox heard this news from PS5 and were blindsided? After all that, theirs is exactly the same as the PlayStation vendor. Yeah, they know, bro. Xbox knows. They know.
They definitely know. They always. I think it's fair to say that both companies always know when with this hardware involved that what's going on with the other side. You know, I'm seeing a lot of people clamor for Xbox to keep the power narrative and to clap back. I don't know. Here's the thing. Like I know Nero's saying like they need it because like something like Final Fantasy is 30 frames, but I don't want it. Like I don't think a PS5 Pro needs to exist when these devs aren't utilizing what's right in front of them.
That's why I wanted to walk back my stance because don't give me shit when you're not utilizing what the fuck is in these consoles already.
Right. That's
like
my
you're
main
not
issue.
Utilizing what's here already. Now I understand the PS5 has RDNA 1.3. I get that. I completely understand that. Okay, you have a beta console. You know, they had to patch in VRS and VRR. They had to patch in a lot of these features. You know, they had to. I never seen a console release that had to get patched in software support. You know, so I get it from that front. You know, it is the weaker console and it has less 120 hertz games than the Series S. I say all that to say this. Utilize what's in these consoles, man. Please, because if a PS5 Pro come out, I feel like Xbox might feel the need to try to, and I just feel like it's not needed. I feel like Pro consoles, this whole generation is just not needed. I feel like these consoles have barely scratched the surface, but then you turn around and you get some games that are coming out recently, and it's like, it's kind of like a mixed bag, like with the Dragon's Dogma situation, that running at 30, and then, it's just a lot of instances around here. But like I said, it all comes down to these developers just being lazy. And the more we just keep giving them more stuff to work with, the less they're going to use to work. They're just going to keep putting out these half-baked games, man.
Hey, Nero, you're absolutely right. I feel last generation, the mid-gen refreshes made sense.
Definitely.
Because those two consoles kind of released kind of weak. But like you said, with COVID, everything like a year behind because of COVID, we really haven't seen anything that really. I believe Hellblade 2 is going to be that.
But that's the thing, Dirk. The only games we're seeing that do look like they're utilizing the power is coming from Xbox.
Yeah.
Even Starfield. People can say what they want about Starfield, but the fact that you can you can bring up those loading screens, but dude, going galaxy to galaxy in a matter of 3 to 4 seconds while having global illumination, while running at native 4K. That's very impressive. Sony has yet to show anything like that. I'm sorry to you Final Fantasy fans. That genre is niche. JRPGs is fucking ass, dude. I'm sorry. Rhetri, you know how much I game, and I keep
know.
I'm not.
I keep forcing myself to try that genre, dude. I'm sorry.
I keep
bro.
doing it too. I'm having a tough time, like finding the one that breaks through for me. I'm
swear.
trying to find that one.
I'm not
what
a
I
fan either.
I think people are just a fan of the idea of JRPG.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like a lot of people are forcing themselves to like it. Like, bro, I played probably around 10 hours of Persona 3, and I'm like, okay, like this is what everybody is, but I'm wrong for saying Starfield is my game of the generation. But you nerds is jumping up and down about some blurry ass remakes. You know what I'm saying? It's some just niche, just a bunch of fucking clicking through audios and texts. And it sucks. I'm sick of JRPGs. That shit is ass.
He's not
it's niche. Somebody had to say
no Kuni too.
What, an 80-hour game with that? No. Maybe a 20-hour game max, but an 80-hour game with that? Nah. That's not even doing all the side content.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let me say one more thing before you guys go. Nero said something. I agree with. He said PlayStation really, their first party hasn't really shown. And if you think about it, their first party, with the exception of Ratchet and Clank, all of their first party games has been cross generation.
Yeah.
Unless I'm missing something. Am I missing anything? Ratchet and Clank. I know Eternal. When they made,
I guess. Eternal, but they didn't own them.
They didn't own them.
Right.
So
a lot of people forget that fact. Yeah.
What other first party game is PS5 only?
And look, I not only that, I want to say how many first party games from PlayStation have ray tracing support?
I don't know. I don't know
you keep remaking Last of Us, but you can't give me no GI. You can't give me no ray trace reflections. Like
Demon Souls was another one. Thank you, Joey.
Demon Souls remake is a remake.
But Demon Souls is a remake of a PS3 game, so it's, I'm gonna say it's cross-gen,
I gotta give it to you. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean that's a loosey goosey one. I don't know if we can count that one, but I appreciate you throwing that out there, Joey.
They did a great job with that game, though. Blue Point Studios. Fantastic job.
What are they doing?
That's a damn good question.
They're working on something, and it hasn't been announced whether it's a new IP or a remake. Yeah. But they are working on something. Yeah. I'm just going to add in my 2 cents about these leaks. I mean, the leaks 100%. That came out about the beginning of this generation with the 13 teraflop PS5 was actually only 9.2 and 10.28 if it's overclocked. I also just want to kind of point out that could always be the actual dev kit specs, because like it says, they push it that way and then they can downscale it to run on the system as they need and test stuff out, because they need that bandwidth to be able to play around and further optimize for a lower spec unit. I think, yes, they technically do need a Pro for this gen, but I don't think it's worth the R&D and money that goes into it for this current generation, because they don't have any games in the next couple of years that are going to be ready to play on that unit as a brand new IP or sequel to another IP that's already out. You're just going to get patch after patch to take advantage of the higher end software, and they're probably going to charge you for that, like they did this gen with the other games from the PS4 to PS5, and you got charged even though you spent the money on your hardware.
Upgrade.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I would just stick with our hardware and do what Xbox looks like they're going to do, is go with an early generation for the next Xbox, and the PlayStation does an early generation for the PlayStation 6, and that's what I would do, and focus on that and build up getting your games ready to launch on the PS6, because right now it's pretty sad looking at they were doing so well and then they've just stalled at this point when it comes to game releases.
I'm gonna be honest. I see, and this might be, it's time for next gen Nero conspiracy bag. I feel like they're releasing this PS5 Pro right before GTA 6, just so they can say GTA 6 can be best played on the PS5 Pro.
Yeah, a lot of people are thinking that too.
Yep. And it's gonna be funny as fuck when the game come out and it's running at 4K 30, just like it's running at 4K 30 on every fucking console. Like, Rockstar is not gonna give the PS5 Pro specific, like, hey, you know what? Let's make that version 60. They're not doing that. They're just not doing that. So I can see them. But like I said, man, it makes sense, but it don't make sense because the PS5 is underbaked. And when you really look at all their games, man, it's just you never hear the words native with PlayStation, right? You never hear native 4K. The Xbox One
dynamic 4K.
checkerboard 4K. Like, what the fuck is checkerboard? Like, yo, get the fuck, yo, these goddamn terms, boy, I tell you, man. Look, the Xbox
How
One
they play
X.
4D chess. They play chess on the checkerboards while they're playing their other game.
Look, right? This is a fact. The Xbox One X, not the Series X, the Xbox One X has more native 4K games than the PS5.
Ooh,
and that's a fact. People don't remember the Xbox One X whole thing was really being able to do 4K. So all these games on the Series X backwards compatibility, it's a whole program called the One X Enhancement Program. It's hundreds of games, 360, Xbox Ones, even original Xbox games that got Xbox One X enhancements. Right.
Sure.
So with that being said, Sony, they definitely got to play catch up. But in order to play catch up, you need to have something to show. Like, what game is you going to use to showcase the power of that PS5 Pro? Is my question.
Nero, that shit gonna be out a year. It's gonna be out a whole year. Then they're gonna try to flex GTA 6. Like, the shit ain't gonna be on Xbox. And people say it's gonna be the best place to play GTA 6.
Right.
It might be, but guess what's going to be the cheapest way to play GTA 6? And GTA is probably gonna be 1080p 30 on the S. A lot of people will be fine with that. Trust me.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Any more to talk about the PS5 Pro? I guess I might be alone here. I don't think it's necessary. I just wonder, like, I don't like the pattern. I don't know if I want a new upgraded system every 4 years.
Yeah,
because it just means more money to be spent. I know it's happened before. I've looked up the history of Xbox
only makes sense
and these guys.
The console generation is going to last for more than 10 years.
Yeah.
If I get halfway through this generation and then you give me some powerful shit, knowing 5 years from now the next generation is right there, it's like, the fuck are we doing here? That's basically every 5 years. At this point, every 5 years you're upgrading your consoles, and at that point, go to PC. At that point,
and agreed. And people talk about, well, the cell phone market, you upgrade every year or every 2 years. It's like, I ain't spending like thousands of dollars on games on a cell phone than I am on my console or any peripherals.
Fun
or
fact,
like
that's not happening anymore, though. By the way,
finance cell phones.
People are holding on to their cell phones way longer than they ever have. So even that is going away a little bit for a lot of people.
Yep.
And let me say this. One thing about that, there's one thing I didn't like about the Xbox One X. And that was, going to Nero's point, I only spent 3 years with it before the next generation started.
Right. That's my problem.
I love that console, but I only spent 3 years.
It was a beautiful console, man.
Great console.
Xbox engineers is gods, bro. Like, they really make beautiful consoles, bro. Like, even with the VCR Xbox One, I never ever heard my Xbox One fans. Never.
Dude, that thing might have been huge and a beast, but that thing lasted forever. Like, it was built properly. Like, not the 360. We all know the red ring of death.
Even at this moment, my only complaint with the Series X is how fucking hot it makes my room at times. But that's a good thing, because you want that heat out of your console. You don't want it in there.
Right.
Get a red ring of death situation. And that's just it's built amazing.
The only way to stay warm in winter, turn your Series X on.
Yeah. I mean, do you laugh, Panda? But I used to do that with my plasma TV when I'm freezing my room.
I will be doing that. Boom. In summer, it's awful. In summer, I'm like,
Buffalo, New York, right? That's right near Canada. I've done that multiple times. Like, I literally would leave my Xbox. I would open up a game that's graphically demanding, that's really gonna get the Xbox to flow that heat, and I would just let it rock, man. I would just fall asleep with it on and just feel that heat all night, man. It's a little mini heater.
Mm-hmm.
But some consoles don't got demanding games to make their consoles heat up. So I mean,
I'm of the mindset very similar to you, Rhetri, about the console. Anyway, like, I'm also of the mindset with you, same as you there, Nero, around like the developers aren't taking advantage of the hardware that we've got now, and I don't think we need a next gen or a mid gen refresh until they actually are doing that. And even the gaming engines are still being patched in to take advantage of the feature sets in this hardware And developers, with the amount of upgrades happening each time a new GPU comes out and things like that, they're not able to keep up and learn to optimize for that. And what you're seeing even on the PC end is the 4090, which should be destroying everything, isn't delivering on what it could be delivering because the engines aren't taking advantage of it. The developers aren't able to optimize the way they should. And so some things do need to slow down a little bit in order for everything else to catch up. And
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I highlight that comment. He said, I've never heard the Series X spin up. Facts. I actually misread that comment. I thought he said, I've heard the Series X spin up, and I was going to counter that by saying, well, when you're running games at native 4K, you know what I'm saying? Native.
I've never heard mine either, to be honest with you.
I have never heard my Xbox Series X. It was one game on my Xbox One X that was loud, that made my Xbox One X make noise, and that was Red Dead Redemption 2. That's the only game I've ever where I heard my Xbox One X.
But you got to realize, though, even with that being said, Dirt, my bad. The Xbox One X was the only console running Red Dead 2 at native 4K.
Native 4K, bro.
You can 4K noticeably see a difference between that, between the two. I'm just hoping that with all these acquisitions, with all of this stuff, we stop seeing this parity clause coming through, and we can actually start to see Microsoft pull ahead around taking advantage of the features in the series consoles, because we're not. All those parity clauses is screwing them over, and then you get Digital Foundry doing these comparisons and the performance gains. There should be larger performance gains and differences between the two company systems.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? What are people really expecting? Excuse me, with the PS5. Excuse me now. With the PS5 Pro, what are people expecting? Because
that's what I'm wondering.
We're not going to see 8K 60. Like, what are we going to see?
Hell no.
Did they say anything about the CPU? Did those leaks say anything about the CPU?
Nope.
Not that I have. Unless there was some more stuff that came out.
So what are they expecting? Like, what?
Right.
4K 60? I mean,
you just said it. I know.
They're expecting. They're expecting what we was promised and what we assumed we was going to get.
What we were supposed to get. What we were marketed, Nero, was that bullshit. We even from both sides. You know what I mean? It had 8K on the box too, which pissed me off. I come from an engineering background.
Didn't do that, right? They didn't do 8K.
No, they did. It's on there. Both. Is it? Yep. It's on my box right now.
I thought it was 8K streaming.
Well, I don't remember. It was. I think it is 8K. But my point is you can't really trust any of these guys. It might say streaming, but it definitely says 8K on both boxes. You know what I'm saying? It's marketing. It's bullshit. It's the same thing that TV companies did with contrast ratios. It was like 1,000:1, and all of a sudden it was 50,000:1 because everyone was measuring it differently. So you got to really watch out. It's the same thing that they're doing right now. PlayStation's doing it right now with the memory and counting memory in MTS versus megahertz. Well, why? Because the number is literally twice as big because it looks better to people who don't know any better. You know what I mean?
It's why Mark Cerny came out with the PS4 Pro and was talking about the what's it called, the half rate. I'll just read it off here. The 16-bit floating points, and then everyone was going 4.2, and they were saying it was like 8.4, and that made it more powerful. But no, that isn't reality when we actually saw that 6 was greater than 4 no matter what. And so it's the same thing of why they put down 67 teraflops to 16-bit floating point. Doesn't matter. It's still 33.5 at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And they're just going to look at that top number and run with that.
So I'm not saying that's bad. Like I'm not here to say that these specs are bad. I think they're pretty good. Yeah. But I think people are going, oh, this is going to be compared to a 4070 or smoking crack.
But the specs that's in the consoles already is fucking pretty good and not being utilized. That's my whole thing.
And that's where I agree with you. And that's what bothers me about this whole thing. I don't want it to become like a cell phone thing. I don't want to have to spend, because look, I like technology. I'm a sucker. I don't want to spend, this could be $600-$700 for all I know. I don't want to spend that much every 4 fucking years. That's going to start to piss me off a little bit. Yeah. And if you're a multi-console gamer, that's even worse, right? You got to multiply by 2 or 3. Well, 2 for sure. 2.5 if you're counting the Switch. But I don't know. That's just me going off on a rant. Go ahead, Panda.
Are we seeing the CPU multi-threading being taken advantage yet? Have they announced any games taking advantage? Because I know the beginning of the generation we had them the CPU running and it wasn't multi-threaded. And the way the games were built for that. But I don't think we've had any announcement that current gen games are, which is why I think Hellblade 2 is probably one of the games that are taking advantage of the multi-threading to get more out of the CPU to be able to deliver on what they're going to deliver on the 22nd of May.
That's a great question. I'm not sure, but now that you mentioned Hellblade, let me bring this.
I think Kay and Sante made a great said unless they retire the PS5, the Pro would never get the attention needed to really show you the benefits. I
absolutely 1,000% agree with that.
At that point, just put those resources towards a PS6, like
All they're going to do is bump the resolution on it.
Yep.
Do you guys think that? Because I'm just like, this is Xbox then basically letting them have the power for what sounds like 2 years, if rumors are to be believed, that Xbox will come out with their new hardware. Please be handheld hybrid.
I want them to do that, Rhetri, because it's like, let the PS5 Pro come out and then don't because right now Microsoft, they already said it's going to be the biggest leap. Whatever leap it is right now, it's probably going to be a huge leap over the PS5 Pro. But once the PS5 Pro come out and get officially announced, make it even a bigger leap than that. Double down.
Sure.
I think wait it out as well. I agree. I think wait it out.
Let them be the guinea pigs maybe to this.
But it pushes the devs now to really take as much advantage of the consoles that they currently have available to them. And so when they get access to the new ones, they'll be even better at optimizing.
Listen,
baby.
It's
time to talk about real gaming, real next-gen gaming right here, baby.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got you.
I feel that all Xbox has to do is announce their next generation console. Say, yo, it's going to be the most powerful console ever. That's all they got to do.
But they did though.
No, yeah, but I'm talking about official.
Like an official announcement.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like on the stage, because people, it's like this. But we have to be honest, man, because in today's gaming climate, we're already hearing about these budgets being crazy on these games, right? The budgets are out of control. Some of these game budgets are unsustainable. We're hearing all of this stuff, but PlayStation is about to drop some stronger hardware. What is that going to really do? What like
not a damn thing. That's why K is right.
Yeah.
They're not going to utilize it
wholeheartedly. Like, what is it really going to do?
Yeah.
Resolution? What?
You know what I feel like it. You know what I feel like it is too. Dirt is maybe like you give them so much damn power that these devs can't fuck it up, and maybe like the worst devs that just can't do optimization for shit can maybe still reach 4K. The problem with that scenario is you just had to pay $700 to get that. That's
cooking.
Kay Santi saying there's no way Microsoft doesn't know what's in the PS5 Pro right now. 100%.
100%.
100%, he's right. After all they have to deliver on PS5 Pro. Absolutely. I bet Microsoft Activision already has dev kits. I mean, we heard in the rumors that dev kits went out in January for this PS5 supposed Pro. So unless they're pulling up another Minecraft fucking thing, you know, look, Ryan's out. So I think those days are when they're pulling that bullshit. I think those days are done where they're going to keep dev kits for games, just because they're under Microsoft umbrella. So yeah, I think Kay's right.
They're going pushing games to PC, right? So
yeah, touche. Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if they're outsourcing, because they've only got what? Is it Nexon as the PC?
Yeah, I think it's Nexon.
But if they're wanting to keep porting the way they are, they're probably going to have to outsource that to wider studios as well, outside of their first party.
Yep.
Sarah Bonds did say hardware announcements was coming this year, so
she did say that. Yeah,
she did.
Can I
Go
say
ahead, Dirk.
something? What my
Yes, sir.
homie Joey Kraken, Phantom Kraken said. He said,
Yeah.
I hate that we are talking about next generation when we haven't felt this gen yet. And
Yeah.
devs are struggling with AAA. 100%.
Yep.
100%, bro.
no lies.
Absolutely, dude. I mean, that's why I wanted to talk about this, because I 100% agree. I'm right there with Joey. Like, I hate this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm okay with, it's one thing like 6 years in to go to the next.
Yep.
I understand. I think over time that the generations will close the gap a little bit and it'll be sooner. But dude, 4 years to Joey's point, when they're not utilizing the tech that's under these machines right now is fucking annoying. And this thing ain't going to be $500. This is not going to be $500.
I want to double down and agree. I want to double down on that point, right? Especially because, okay, so the first console I ever bought with my own money when I graduated high school and started working was the Xbox One. The Xbox Series S and X is the first console I was able to own and buy day one, ever. You understand what I'm saying? So growing up in a household, I wasn't able to get the consoles day one when everybody got them. I was always a year late, maybe 2 years late. This is the first console generation where I was able to be there day one with my hard-earned money and feel proud about it. So to see that these consoles generate, I mean, these 4 years flew by, and we can blame COVID. It just seems like we haven't. It just seems to me. It just feels like we're still in the beginning, even though we're not.
Yes. I agree, bro. And like Hellblade 2 is, in my opinion, going to be the first game that visually blows us away.
Yep.
But we're 4 years into the generation.
Yes.
Everyone's going to be reaching for those boxes of Kleenex when that game comes out. Yeah.
No. Hey, yo, Panda, you know what they're saying? Panda. I did a video today about the PS5 Pro.
Wrong.
I already got comments because I mentioned Hellblade in my video. Oh, it's going to go to PS5 Pro. It's going to be best on PS5 Pro.
Oh shit!
Listen, that's their narrative now. They're going to say every game
in their dreams.
Yes, they are.
In their dreams.
They wish.
Well, I mean,
go ahead, Ben.
Heading back to, like, we look at the software, well, not software. I guess software it is on the box, and the specs of what was announced for the Series S and the Series X, and what they put into those consoles. You look at it, and there was longevity in there around being able to upscale and also be smarter around the rendering and such. And so you looked at these and we're like, okay, we should be fine with this 12 teraflop unit for the whole generation.
Yeah.
Because built in things to take advantage of upscaling techniques and I kind of just brain dead today and such. So you knew
it's all that mowing the lawn you were doing.
Yeah, basically, all that mind power, all the grass in my lungs. Like, I looked at that and I was like, okay, you look at FSR and everything else in there, velocity architecture, all of the stuff in the hardware, and you were like, okay, well, I have no issue. It isn't like they've cut us off at the knees like they did with the Xbox One generation, and we specifically required a mid-gen refresh because you've got the Series S and then you've got the X if you wanted the power, and so you knew that this was going to get you through to the end of the generation. But the PS5 was sort of somewhere in between and kind of undercooked, and it should have been more in line with the Series X. But it didn't quite hit that mark, and so I see why they're asking for a Pro, but I'm still of the mindset of we still haven't seen what the PS5 Pro can, PS5 Panda can actually do with the smart shift technology. Yeah, sorry.
Maybe they made the PS5 underbaked because they knew they wasn't going to have any games. They knew they was going to underdeliver on games this generation. So they said, why overdeliver on power when we're going to underdeliver on games? It makes no sense. For Microsoft, it makes sense to go hard for all this power because they have the games on the horizon. And this is prior to the ABK deal, right? We had a plethora of games long before that ABK deal got announced.
Who was the head of gaming before that was in charge of the games right up until on last generation on Xbox's side before the money kind of stopped, and then we had that massive dry spell last gen, and then Microsoft came in and actually supported them.
Phil was the head of gaming during the Xbox 360 generation.
You were supposed to lie, Dirt.
But he left.
It was one of those questions. I'm sorry, my bad. Disregard my comment.
But I look at that and I go, you saw sort of what had been happening during the 360 up into the beginning generation of the Xbox One, and then the money stopped coming in. You kind of look at that with Sean Layden leaving, and he kind of looked after the gaming side of things. And then as soon as he left, all the games that he was in charge of for the development have kind of reached their life cycle and have released, and everything else coming under Jim Ryan has sort of just pitted out and died. There wasn't a really good crossover, making sure that PlayStation had a lot of coverage for games and a release cadence. And it kind of feels like that's what happened to Xbox during last gen, but now they've got a release cadence because they've got the developers, they've got the money, they've got the support. And it feels like PlayStation's sort of on the back foot where Xbox was last generation when they had no games.
Yep.
This is a good comment right here. I got to bring this one up. Dragon Wolf, didn't Microsoft agree to parity for COD between console? So is that parity with Series X even on PS5 Pro? That would be funny.
Please, that would be hilarious.
He's got a point, yo.
They did have a parity clause.
Yeah, they did. Yo, that's
funny.
Kind of funny. You're not getting any extra frames, motherfucker, because I guess the Series X will be holding you back, suckers. I don't know. He brings up a very good point, though. I love it.
Parity with the Series S, while the Series X is just smashing.
Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh my God, I would love that. That would be great.
If you think about the Xbox One X, the only thing it had over the PS4 Pro, it was resolution. The frames were usually the same. Maybe a few games had better frames.
Sure.
But so I'm thinking this might be the same thing. But at the same time, most Xbox Series X games are already 4K. So it's like, are they going to 8K? I doubt it.
I no way, dude. No way. I just can't see that being a reality.
Yeah,
like
I don't know what to expect.
That's the thing is like specs can be exciting and it sounds cool, but we got to learn our lessons, guys. Like we're literally going through it right now. You got to fall for it again. Like let the games come out and see if they're actually utilizing any of this bullshit that they're talking about. All the flops, all the RAM, all the proprietary super resolution bullshit that they're doing, which by the way is absolutely asinine. I can't believe they're doing a super resolution that is just for that system. Maybe I just don't understand it enough, but I know Microsoft this month is doing something for DLSS and FSR to make the coding easier for all developers. So there's one code to rule them all. So you don't have to code 3 times over for tech between NVIDIA and all these different companies. That's a fucking smart move. That is that's dev friendly. What this sounds like it makes it harder and almost like another SKU, another spec for people to make the game for. Like, I don't understand why you would do that unless you were so confident in yourself that you're just going to roll over Xbox that you would do something this stupid. I don't understand. And maybe I'll have to have someone like Kay Asante on this podcast to talk to me like a 5-year-old to explain to me why the fuck they would do something like that. Because that sounds like the biggest bonehead move yet, in my opinion. Yeah, any other points that you guys want to make? We could talk about. We got Hellblade 2 up here, looking real sweet. Senua's Saga.
Amazing. I just had to change my pants.
Looking beautiful as always. You guys looking forward to Hellblade 2 when it comes out? I'm guessing.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the zoomed in shot? Someone how you got the screenshot of her looking to the bottom one on the bottom right.
Yeah, bottom right.
Someone did a zoom in of just the eye, and you could just see the fidelity in the eye with all the veins, and I was like, damn.
Xbox quality, baby. When you can dig into that $1 trillion wallet, you can do things like that.
$15 million to make this game. Yes, they've got
Is that what the budget is?
Studio
I didn't even know the budget.
Are you serious?
10 million was on the first game, 15 million on this one.
Insomniac, y'all should be fucking ashamed of yourselves,
so you
man.
Say 50?
Well, that's why it's an 8-hour experience.
Wait, did you say 15 or 50?
1.5.
That is insanely low.
Because I know
and
the first one.
Dirt, you see what I was saying? That's what this is what I was saying. Passion makes great games, not a fucking budget.
Yeah, and this studio is filled with that, dude.
Look at Helldivers. Like
half the budget.
Even Skyrim budget wasn't as huge as some of these. Like, it's the passion in these games, man. You know, I'm always support games that are passion projects to developers over money projects. And that's why I love Microsoft, because I feel like they devs can go to them with these ideas. That's how you get games like South of Midnight.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly, brother.
Right.
100%.
That's how you get these games, these random games that just get thrown into the mix that comes out. Games like Pentiment, right?
Yep.
Pentiment isn't doing shit graphic wise, right? Probably costs less than a couple million to make, but it's a banger. From what I hear from people I trust. I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not one of them guys.
Grounded as a passion project.
I ain't play that shit either, Rhetri. I ain't about to cap. But
I didn't.
I got people even in the chat right now. People opinions I trust. The homie Reese, he loved it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, just I want devs to go back to putting RoboCop again. That's another one. It's a passion. Like, these games have passion in them, and then you got games like Immortals or Avian that it's no passion, right? You got games like Rise of Ronin. It's no passion. You know, you got games like Stellar Blade. It's no passion, but you know, she looked good. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna take that from her.
Yeah, we're all buying that game. Let's stop.
That's where the rendering
Yes, absolutely.
But don't forget.
Go ahead, Griggity.
With Hellblade, don't forget, like Panda said, you know, the first game cost 10 million. 20 people worked on that game.
Right.
They confirmed 40. They said double the people was working on part 2, which is
I had to
40 or a little bit over 40. And I still feel that Hellblade's 2 formula of what they're doing, which is a AAA game on a AA budget, right?
Yeah.
A AAA quality game, I should say, on a AA budget that's not 20 hours long, 8 to 10 hour experience. I really feel you're going to see more games like Hellblade, which is a game that looks pretty, it looks beautiful, but it's not going to be 20 hours because they get these budgets now. Single player games are not going to stop, but they're going to try to think of a way to continue them, because not every studio wants to do a games as a service. We've seen games where they tell a single player studio, yo, do a games as a service. Then we get factions. We get the Avengers, Suicide Squad. Those studios are known as single player studios, and you're telling them do a games as a service. No, we're still going to get single player games. I just feel they're going to be shorter experiences.
Which is okay.
I hope that is. I want that so bad. Yeah. Amen. So I can actually finish the damn game.
Look, like, I'm 25, man. Right, and I know you guys is older than me, but I'm 25, and I'm fed up with all those overly long ass 1,000 question mark ass games. Like,
I love that you said that
experience, because at the end of the day, I get not every platform has live service games, but when you have a platform that has games that give you those addictions, like, you know, Overwatch, a Call of Duty, a Halo, those games you keep going back to, you can't put 20 hours into Halo a week and 20 hours into a single player. It doesn't work like that.
Exactly, Nero.
You need
that's what I was saying earlier. Yes, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Which is what Game Pass is so damn good for. And when I heard that this game was shorter, I was like, "Thank you, baby Jesus!" I was so happy because I didn't have to have another Valhalla type of experience. I'm just tired of these games. It's too much. It's too much. You are trying to listen, devs. If you're fighting for our dollars and our time, then don't make it so ridiculously long. Like, you really don't have. You don't have to do that. And on top of that, they priced it accordingly because it's not going to be $70, is it? $50. Absolutely, that was the right thing to do.
Which is insane.
If you're only like half the pen who's got ADHD and it's like, I'm bored, what do I play next? It took me 2 years to complete Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And look, they got cross progression on Valhalla. So I'm picked up where I left off on my PS4 Pro, which I already put like 60 hours in over there. Dude, I don't even know where the hell I'm at and how far I'm into the game. It's just like, yo, this is just too much game. And some games does that well. You know, it's games that does it well, like a Witcher or a Starfield and even a Skyrim, right? Where it's like the game is so good you get lost. You're not worrying about, am I coming up on the end? You actually want to avoid coming up on the end. But with Assassin's Creed, after a while, it's like, yo, I just want to run these credits.
I just want to finish
mainstream the story.
Yeah, I just want to get this shit out.
I just want to finish something.
I finished Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It took me 180 hours. Now I was doing something wrong.
Yeah.
But it took me
You were playing it, right? That was what you were doing wrong.
How you say what?
She said you were just playing it. That's what you were doing wrong.
I was just playing it, and I wasn't doing the main missions. That's so damn.
Yeah.
So
because it tricks you, in thinking you're doing the main mission when you're fucking not.
So then I realized I gotta go to that house over there and do the main. So I finished it, but I will tell you this: Assassin's Creed Mirage,
I loved it.
It was much shorter.
Yep.
It was like
linear.
I enjoyed that too, man.
And I liked it. Yeah.
I actually found myself doing a lot of side activities in Mirage.
Right. Yeah. When I heard Mirage was going linear and not going like full blown open, I was like, yes, thank you. Like bring it back.
Too much, man. It was too much. But I enjoyed the game. It was just too damn long.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful game. It plays great. Like not a bad game, just too much of a commitment. And that is the thing. You're asking for these people's, your time, and it's just too much. I think this day and age, too many games.
Origins, right? You had Origins, which was a great palate cleanser from the previous Assassins. Then you had Odyssey, and then you had another really long Assassin's Creed game, and Mirage just came in and was like, we're going to make it more like
Mirage was such a refreshing
it was so nice and refreshing. I agree. But even like A Plague's Tale, shorter experience.
Oh, I love that game. Yes, that is a great example.
Yeah.
That's why you're on the show. Great example.
I mean, truth be told, you could arguably name a lot of first-party Xbox games that, like, none of the Gears of Wars overstay their welcome as far as the campaign.
Yeah, they didn't.
I mean, 5 might have had their moments where it's like, okay, I don't want to do, but it's all optional. And I think that's what Cyberpunk did very well. As in, Cyberpunk main story can be beaten in about 10 hours, give or take. But if you want to do all the side things and flush out the story, it's easily a 70, 80-hour game, 100 hours easily. And I think that Ubisoft could learn that from now on. Give us a 10-hour straight A to B mainline story and let that be done. And then if we want to spend 100 hours in that world, okay, let that be there. But don't force us. Because I feel like with Valhalla, you're forced to just deal with so much bloat, man. And it's like, it's not,
It's Ubisoft bloat, man. That's their forte. I see Yobi was saying Valhalla was too damn long, but nobody was saying that about Starfield. Listen. I was a little scared. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of one of those people when they're like 1,000 planets. I kind of went fuck. Like inside,
that's too much.
Like, that's a lot, dude. That is a lot of planets. But I'm okay with a game going out of their way to be the one-off, right? But I sure shit don't want everyone to try to be Starfield. Like,
but you look at the map and you don't have question mark after question mark on the map on the galaxy. Like
the only question mark is the question mark in your head.
Yeah, you could mainline everything on that, and you could ignore anything you wanted. Whereas,
very true.
When it was just an experience where you get to do whatever you want. Here's the story, but we have these faction quests. If you don't go explore these places, then you don't go see it. But when you go to like an Assassin's Creed game and you've got the what are they called? The Eagle. I can't think of what they're called today. The fast travel points. I can't think of what they're called.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The leap of faith locations. I can't think of what they're called. But once you do that, it expands the map, and then you see all the little things on it. And me with my ADHD brain is like, have to like everything's a distraction to me. Whereas when I look at the Starfield map, yes, I've got these planets, but I don't know what's in there, all those galaxies, or anything like that. So I can completely ignore it and go focus on what I want to do. And it's much easier for me to mainline Starfield than it is for me to mainline an Assassin's Creed game because
I agree with that. I agree with that sentiment. And Jedi Peter Knight, Elden Ring was crazy big too, but I loved every minute of it. And when it was over, I wanted more, 100%. And that's why I'll be getting the DLC. And I don't get DLC very often. I'm too cheap. I usually move on to the next game. Elden Ring, I loved it so much.
Speaking of Elden Ring, I gotta go finish that, man. I could have been beat Elden Ring, but I just refuse to be one of those persons that look up an OP ass build and run through the game. I want to just like struggle and get there naturally, man.
Oh, Nero, I tell you right. Maybe it's because I'm old. I love going on the internet and other people tell me how I should play because I probably would have given up on that game. I'm just telling the truth.
I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I'm about to join for the DLC drop. Fuck it, I'm about to get through that shit, and then when I get to DLC, it'll be different. Like, hey, fuck it, I struggle now, but.
For anyone having issues with Elden Ring, I suggest using magic and staying the fuck away from anyone. You don't have to parry. There's none of that bullshit. Just give them a little Hogwarts Legacy action.
Hey, that's the build I got going on now. But I forgot the name of the guy I ran into, man. That he shut all that shit down. That magic shit I've been trying to do. This motherfucker started shooting legendary arrows and shit at me. I'm like,
still a hard game, no matter what you choose.
Elden Ring is a game that you want to spend lots of time in. It's absolutely punishing, but the exploration, it doesn't hold your hand. You get to do whatever you want. That is exactly what it was like for me when I was experiencing like Dragon's Dogma for the first time. And I think that like Dragon's Dogma 2, I'm going to spend so much time in that game. And then I've got a nice palate cleanser in May because I'll still be playing Dragon's Dogma 2 in May, where I can just play Hellblade 2. I don't have to spend hours upon hours upon hours in Hellblade 2, whereas I know I'm going to sink a hell of a lot of time into Dragon's Dogma 2, and that's a nice balance of those style of games.
Yep.
Because I'm playing Dragon's Dogma 2 for the gameplay. Yes, there's going to be story, but it's the gameplay and that fun rinse and repeat game loop that you've got. Hellblade 2, much more mainstream around the story.
Yeah, very true. Shout out to you, Peter, 100% on the magic. I think we'll probably, let me get this out there real quick. Just because I just wanted to ask this question to everyone that's watching and everyone on the panel. I was curious, and then we'll get to, we're wrapping up here, but curiosity, not fanboy and bullshit. I'm just curious. Do you guys think Dragon's Dogma 2 is going to outsell Rise of the Ronin, because it is dropping on the same exact day?
1,000%.
I'm seeing a lot of hype for Dragon's Dogma 2, man, and I'm not seeing that same hype.
Did you see someone had spent 27 hours just in the character creator on Dragon's Dogma 2? 27 hours, and I was like, damn, the game isn't even out yet.
Wow. Damn. Shout out to whoever just subbed to us. I don't have that setting on this.
It's the smartest marketing ever.
Appreciate you.
Release the character creator before the game launches, get people in there doing that, and then they don't waste that time and they can just start the game day one. But that was great advertising.
I love that.
I 100% think it's going to outsell because like we all just spoke about, right? I've been watching some of the Rise of Ronin previews from impressions from YouTubers I like Skill Up and ACG and all of them, right?
Yeah.
They're all saying it has that Far Cry Ubisoft aspect of clear this town, liberate this town. Do they not think we as gamers is tired of this shit?
Yeah.
Because at this point, you got to realize you're not selling Rise of Ronin and Dragon's Dogma to kids. They're going to be on Fortnite. They're going to be on these free-to-play games. You're selling this to people my age and up, 20 and up, most likely, right? So it's like we've been playing this same fucking formula for so long. We're tired of it, bruh. We don't want that shit no more. And this is coming from an Xbox guy that I will play Rise of Ronin. If I had a PS5, I would get it and play it. But man, it's like, bro, y'all got to think outside the box, bro. Like that Ubisoft formula is one of the worst things that happened to the gaming industry, man.
Should have gone with that Hellblade formula.
So let me say this. Right. So are you asking us, will Dragon's Dogma outsell Rise of Ronin on PlayStation, or are you talking about this overall? Because it is a multi-plat.
Yeah.
I think it'll outsell Rise of Ronin on PlayStation only.
I like that. I think so too. Yeah.
I think so too.
I think we'll go with that. I think that's the better question. Yeah. I think on its own platform. Yeah, I think
that's fair.
I think it outsells it there too.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's definitely evens it out. So
I think it outsells it 3-1.
Oh,
minimum.
Added bonus that And it's got the
minimum.
added bonus that it's a sequel, right? So people who are familiar with the old IP are hyped for this one. Whereas Rise of Ronin, yes, they might be familiar with Team Ninja's previous games, but you don't 100% know what you're walking to in that IP or that world.
Yeah.
Whereas you know what you're walking into in Dragon's Dogma. It's just on steroids at this point. Yeah.
Yep.
100%. Big Mac Mo says Rise of Ronin looks like shit, and Wolong, what was his comment? Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Wolong, no, you're good. Is the better ninja game. And I'm not here to, I love Team Ninja. Like, where's my Ninja Gaiden? Where the fuck is
Who
it?
did Neo?
That was them. That was them.
Ninja?
That was Team Ninja. Yep.
Yeah. They make great
They
games.
make good
but
games. I like what's the name of the game you just said, Panda?
Neo.
Neo.
Yep, Neo.
Yeah.
I like Neo. I actually love Neo 1 and 2. Got the physical editions for the PS4 Pro, but it's like, man, they goad it, but it's like, man, it's just like in this time and I think that specific studio would have been better having a linear cutback scale game versus trying to go to open world.
I agree.
I'm not saying they can't do it, but it's just like, is it really needed in this moment in time? But I guess for PlayStation, it is needed because, I mean, they can take whatever they can get at this point. Just throw them anything.
Throw us a bone.
Throw them a bone, man. They need
Give
all
us
the
your
help they
Sea
can
of
get.
Thieves. Arrgh. Yeah. I can't wait to see what that Metacritic's going to be like if there's people going to actually.
Because people who are reviewing it, who reviewed it originally when it launched on the Xbox, when it was very much a stripped back, bare bones game.
I think they fucked up by making it
fully
PlayStation exclusive. To be fair, I think Rise of Ronin would have done really well if it was on all platforms.
No, for sure.
Paid for it because they needed some exclusive.
Yeah.
They needed something. Yeah,
that's the same reason they paid for Stellar Cheeks.
Yeah, Stella Yams.
I think Gritty. Shout out to my brother Gritty, by the way. I think he hit it on the head. I'm glad they're being ambitious, but they're way out of their depth. 100%. 100%.
Was the next thing you were going to say after Stellar Peaches was I could eat a peach for hours? I loved that movie. I love that movie.
I love Pages.
Face Off was such a good movie.
I think so.
I feel like they made Stellar Blade specifically for me. Like, how can we get Nero to be and go support a PlayStation? Give him an ass and a lot of it.
Yeah, give him all the booty. I mean, you can't argue with those jiggle physics. They're there and they're looking good. So,
Lyric asks, is everyone on the panel going to have Dragon's Dogma 2? And if so, can they please get those pawn names to use in their games?
Yeah,
I won't be there day one, but eventually I'll be there.
I'll be there day one.
I think I'll probably be there day one too.
If
it's not even out.
If any of you fuckers in the chat want to support and throw me that, big gift, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
hook me up. You feel me?
Yeah, I think I'll be there. Dur, are you interested in Dragon's Dogma 2, or are you skipping that one?
I never.
I think you're.
first one,
okay,
but
there you go.
if it, it looks okay. Can you hear me?
No, I get you now. You're good. You're good.
I might check it out after looking at the reviews and seeing what type of game it is. I might check it out. It depends,
I'll let you know if it's any good. Because I'm still going in of the mindset I've played the first game. I'm curious at what the level cap is, because the level cap in the first game was level 200, and I got up to like 100 and
That's
something.
Yeah,
because it had so much replayability in it. So I'm interested to see what the level cap is in this one. Yeah.
Jedi Knight.
It is a lot of fun. I do wish, though, the only thing I really wish, though, was the option to play multiplayer, and when you didn't want to play multiplayer, you just bring in your friends' pawns, but you could actually all be in the same world together. That's the only thing that they're missing off this game.
Sure.
Yeah. Other than that, I think it's gonna be great. If you like just getting your ass handed to you by monsters, this is the game.
Oh, super.
Yeah.
Just like Elden Ring. All right, I guess I'm in.
Yeah.
Cool.
I just wanted to highlight Jedi Knight Peter too. He said, I don't get it. Team Ninja finally brought a game to Xbox and it did incredibly well, talking about Wulong Dynasty.
Yep.
Why did it go back exclusivity? I agree.
I agree. I agree
at
with
some
that.
point in time, these devs got to realize, yes, those checks from Sony is good, but at what cost?
Right. Your long-term longevity. Exactly. Yeah. Like, did Team Ninja need the bag that badly? Like, I don't
That's
know.
what I'm saying. And it's like, Sony got fucking dark secrets on the entire industry. The reason, like, Square Enix and the rest of these people, like, come on, man. I mean, they might, with the things that the PlayStation higher ups was doing. You feel what I'm saying? I heard it. Hey, a couple of them was at that Epstein Island. It came out. It's in the news. I'm not making this up. It's sick people running that company. It's really sick people running that company. You know, you rarely see any women in position of power over there. And if you do it, like, who do you see? Who the fuck runs PlayStation? You don't see anybody in positions of power over there. But you come over to Xbox. Xbox is an American company, and it represents America because you see straight up fucking
melting pot, baby. 100%. Yep, absolutely.
That's why I do not respect you.
That's what we wanted on this
panel.
You
are American and you are anti-Xbox.
I'm a diversity hire, everybody.
I need it. Look, yo, you're literally from the land of Hobbit, so I'm counting you. I'm counting you. Shit.
Oh shit! They said the Epstein Station 5.
Epstein Station 5. Yeah.
Hey, that's shit.
Or you can watch your Pornhub.
We'll the ES5 is crazy.
Oh shit!
Epstein Station.
Oh, I love it. All right, we're gonna end on this little ditty that my buddy Silent Cypher cut out from this podcast. He shared it with us, so let me share this tab. So we're gonna go out on kind of like Dirt does his like piece of shit person of the week. Y'all didn't think I was gonna not do something like that, did you?
Right. Come on now. Look at
come on now. Come on. Where are you at? Yeah.
Press X to doubt there, Rhetri.
Yes, it's gonna be It's press X to doubt is gonna be. I will make a little intro jiggly wiggly thing for this, but for now you're just gonna have to just listen to this horse shit. Let me make sure when I play this, guys, that you can hear it because I've had technical difficulties. But here you go. And hold on. I think it's muted. Are you guys hearing it? Because I'm not hearing it.
No, we can't hear it. No.
Son of a bitch. All right, hold on. Let's see. Let me stop sharing and then reshare. Maybe we'll do it. Oh, technical difficulties. Let me try that again. Let's see. I know most of you know exactly what this is. Let's see. Where is it? Layers. Share screen. Cypher.
While he get that ready, man, make sure y'all please hit that like button. Please subscribe, man. Subscribe to everybody in here. Dirt, he got his own page. Make sure you sub to him. Great content creation. Extremely funny, man.
Thank you.
Rhetri, as you see the channel right here, subscribe. I got my own YouTube channel for you fuckers that didn't know that already. Make sure you go subscribe. Make sure you subscribe.
It's down below, so you guys should find it.
Everything is down below, man.
While that's loading, while you're looking at Rhetri, I just wanted to quickly just add to those who, if they do want to use any of the porn characters on Dragon's Dogma 2 from us, all you need to do is really add us on Xbox. And you should be able to get free access to our characters when you.
We do not hide gamer tags. We actually game over here. My gamer tag is JaymarleyTV, man. Get at me.
Interesting. That's the
I
same
don't know why I'm so
I
angry, man. It's the JRPG conversation from earlier. All right. I'm still mad about that. I'm tired of people holding JRPGs like there's some industry gold standard. They fucking suck. All right.
He is not a fan of those. All right. I don't know what the hell's going on with the audio here. Hold on, guys. Bear with me.
Well, this is the less is more comment, right? This is the less is more.
Yeah. Okay. So
Rhetri, are you meant to be streaming this off YouTube, or is it off the
No,
Twitter
I was doing it off of the Twitter one, and for some reason I unmuted everything.
If you click on that Twitter one, will it load up YouTube and then you can? Because I'm pretty sure it had the point straight to YouTube.
Yeah, hold on. Let me try that. I don't know if it's going to double up the audio on this, but let me try that. I'll bring us into the next scene. So let me see. Might have to add people in this one too, but let's go.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. All right, let me try this shit. Technical difficulties, of course. Let's see.
Ooh, Halo.
Yeah,
Season
that's
finale
what I was
next week.
That's what I was experimenting with. Yep. I'm loving this show right now. All right, let's see.
I need season 8, episode 8 right now, and I need season 3 announced.
All right, let's see if it works. Let me know if it doubles up the audio,
they
guys.
will annihilate humankind.
I don't know why it's playing that. It's literally playing a complete different video. It's not supposed to be playing that.
How many?
It's fucking weird. Yeah, it's playing the Halo one. That's not what I put into the URL.
It's doubling up on audio, by the way.
I was doubling up on audio? Shit. Yeah. All right, well, screw that right now. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, no surprise that we'd have technical difficulties.
Is Rhetri muted? Oh, okay.
Am I muted? Okay.
Not.
Let me bring us back, and I'll just tell you. We'll just tell you what happened. Basically, most of you already saw this anyways, but basically, my buddy Colin, one of my favorite targets, because I just don't like the guy, was saying that on his Sacred Symbols podcast that it's not a big deal that PlayStation doesn't have a lot of games, because Colin says sometimes less is more. It's good to just have an awesome banger game come out than have a bunch of games. And I just wanted to talk about that just for a second. Your thoughts on Colin on our way out, and how I think that is complete and utter bullshit.
The amount of gymnastics and bending over these guys do for Sony to just somehow find a way to defend them and try to somehow turn every L into some type of positive win is fucking mind-boggling. Like, I salute that, bro. Like, I salute it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Spoken like a true non-gamer, by the way. Yes.
Yeah. What do you want to add something to this, Dirt, with Colin's comments about less is more BS?
Yeah, he didn't say that when the Xbox was dry.
Facts.
Either did Xbox guys. So that the difference between
Xbox
what's the difference between me and you? We call them out instead of making fucking excuses in 2022.
So 2022 Xbox, even Phil Spencer said them having no first-party games in 2022 is unacceptable. They have to do better. PlayStation first-party is dry as hell. They just don't have anything. They don't have anything. So we've seen articles. PlayStation not having any games, first-party games, is good.
Yeah,
I seen, like, they said, they justified that article saying PlayStation not having any first-party games until at least April 2025 is a good thing. They said that because this is giving them more time to focus on.
That's because someone sent them a jar of Vaseline so they could handle the chafe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but hold on. Why did they say that was good though? Let them finish.
They were trying to say because that gives the developers more time to know the hardware, to get more out of the hardware. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yep.
Dumb as fuck.
I never seen that when Xbox didn't. When Xbox had a slow period.
4 years ain't enough, apparently.
A conversation about the tools now?
Xbox doesn't have any games. Xbox is they're failing. Now, Kyler Moriarty is saying less is more. Oh, my backlog is too crazy right now. What?
Oh, dude.
Are you kidding me?
Can't make this shit up.
This is the same guy that criticized Xbox for buying studios. Why buy Ninja Theory? Why buy Double Fine? To make their first-party lineups better, dick face. Now, you up here saying less is more? That's in
stark contrast. That's in stark contrast to what he said, like, a couple months ago, where he was asking PlayStation, "What the hell are they doing? Where are the games?"
Yes,
and now
which he absolutely did.
He changed his tune,
he did
right?
that.
He completely changed his tune.
Oh, it's okay. What has happened? What, you've got the idea of got a hard on for the PS5 Pro that you're like, we can wait. Honestly, Colin's just one of those people. He's real smug, and you just want to walk up to him and just punch him in the face.
Yeah. That's my issue. I've had some people that I love and respect that are gonna are going to team up with Colin on some certain things. And they asked me why I did not like Colin so much. Like, what was my beef with them? And smug was my word.
Hypocrisy?
I said, yeah. He's hypocritical to his platform. This is why I fuck with Xbox guys, because we tell the truth. When shit was crap in 2022, I gave Xbox all kinds of fire.
I
I was
mean,
like,
Rhetri.
why aren't you at least like helping about Game Pass, like money hat shit, make it look better for you and for gamers. They didn't do that, and we gave them crap for it. I can't
a
stand
horrible
this.
time.
Even the
It's
crap
not
we
great.
just gave them about porting games to PlayStation, even though it was just smaller games
Sure.
and live service games, it's like the entire community spoke out loud, myself included, man. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like we
Absolutely.
speak out when things is wrong. They don't, and that's my problem. It's not just him. I feel like that entire fan base over there is just smug, man. I don't know if it's
there's very few people that I trust on the PlayStation side.
Yeah.
When people can speak the truth and not out the sides of their mouth, that's when I'm down with you.
Yep.
But man, there's just not enough of you out there that are PlayStation guys who do that.
Well, you want to be honest.
Far and few in
Like
between.
2022, PlayStation's 2022 was going to be awful if they didn't delay half their games to 2022.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get a bit later games for 2021. We would have been looking at a dry 2022 for both platforms, but they delayed the games. Those games were never coming out in 2021 anyway, but it was a way of getting people to buy their console, and then we'll just wait a little bit longer for them. But yeah, 2022 would have been awful if they had actually released in 2021.
And this is why I'm so happy to be on this podcast, because it's like you guys will see as the years go on, when Xbox fuck up, you best believe we're gonna call that shit out.
Yeah.
Every time.
Out of the love and passion for the brand. Like I don't invest hundreds and thousands of dollars into a brand to just sit back and be quiet when I feel they do something that I don't deem is right as a consumer. That's right there is just fucking mental illness, bro. You invest thousands of dollars and you see them do something you don't agree with, but you just say, for the sake of me loving this brand, I'm gonna let it slide. That's idiotic, man. It's dumb as shit. It's dumb.
Absolutely,
it
Nero.
makes no sense, man. It's like, and the Panda just said something. I believe PlayStation 100% knew they were going to be dry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's why they invested in so many third-party exclusives.
Yes, 100%.
From Deathloop to Ghostwire Tokyo, they tried to get Starfield.
Yes, they did.
People seem to forget about that. They tried to get Starfield.
Yes, sir.
Stellar Chiefs, Rise of Ronin, Foam Stars. They knew they were going. Their first party was going to be dry.
They got Deathloop, yeah.
But look, the only like all the Final Fantasy games, they knew it. But if you think about it, the only third-party exclusive that was successful, I guess mildly successful, was Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. I guess. I guess that's successful right now. It's not looking like it's successful, but we'll hear the digital number soon. But all the other games, Deathloop is not their type. Ponies ain't gonna play that shit.
Yeah, no.
Ghostwire Tokyo, they not play that shit. So all of the
it was Deathloop and God, what was the other one? Jesus, I'm blanking. Ghostwire. Thank you. Yeah. I like
they
Ghostwire,
secured those as a 1-year exclusive.
Like Foam Stars died immediately.
Yeah, no one was talking about Foam Stars. You knew. Honestly, just watching it, it looked like terrible.
Those ones were putting that on their list, their 2024 banger list.
Dude,
Foam Stars is right there.
That's how you know. That's the difference between me and you. That's how they know they're full of shit. I didn't like Deathloop. I hated that game. I thought it was terrible. I didn't like it, but I tried. I tried to like it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
But it took me a few to understand it. Once I understood how.
Did you break through?
Yeah, that's my word. I'm gonna beat it before the year's up. Rhetri, I'm gonna beat it for the both of us, and I'm gonna beat it. I got you.
Thank you for that.
I own anybody on this panel that beat a game. Technically, we all beat it. So, all right.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like the difference is that that we will say when we don't like a game. We won't say that just because it comes from Xbox doesn't mean it's that I'm going to love everything. If you're listening to a podcast that says that, you need to get the fuck out of there, dude, because they're not truthful with you. They're lying right to your face. We won't do that.
And if you listen to a podcast that just agree with each other all the time, I mean,
you want an echo chamber? Well, listen to PlayStation podcast. A lot of people right now saying Death. Like I'm Reese. He thought Deathloop was fire, and I'm happy. I love that.
I enjoyed it also.
Yeah. So great. Right. Griggity's with you. So there you go.
Admit just got another phone. I'm sorry, Forspoken. I forgot about that one.
Oh my god!
Another third-party exclusive.
I forgot about Forspoken.
All of their third-party exclusives, except for a couple flops.
Yeah. Not a great track record, and not a good track record to be involved with Sony either, because those studios are shutting down. They're dropping like flies left and right lately. I don't know.
Square's regretting getting rid of IDOS and Crystal Dynamics.
Yeah. I would be. Those are super talented studios, man.
I just think Xbox Herb and picked them up.
100%.
Stop bullshitting. They already working on Xbox games. Stop bullshitting and acquiring.
Yep. Just get
somebody else pick them up.
Yep. Before some asshole like another Embracer or someone from fucking Saudi Arabia decides they want to then invest and not fuck over the entire gamer. It's just crazy to me what's happening with Embracer. But I think that's it, guys. I think that's our show tonight. I'll start with Dirt. Tell everyone where they can find you. Obviously, the link to your WBG show will be in the description, brother. But let everyone know where they can find you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for the invite. I feel special to be invited to you guys first.
You're the first.
Absolute legend, man.
I mean, you were earlier than me, Dirt, so,
That's
thank you.
No, but thank you guys for the invite. Check out my channel if you guys in the chat don't know who I am. Check out my channel. I talk a lot of shit. I don't like PlayStation fanboys. And I have a good time. So check it out, man. Thanks for inviting me.
You bet, buddy. Absolutely. Next Gen Nero, let everyone know where they can find you, brother.
Man, my name is what it is. Next Gen Nero on all platforms, man. YouTube, please go shoot your boy subscriber. I'm at 640. I'm trying to get to 1,000. Make sure y'all subscribe to this channel as well. We're creeping up on 1,000. And shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We went from, what was we at, like 940 to like 970 or 969 right now, Rhetri. That's huge for our first show, man. This is absolutely amazing, man. I'm blessed to be here. Rhetri, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Panda,
of course,
it's a blessing. Like I said, Dirt, absolute fucking legend, man. Keep your foot on them ponies next, man. Like I say, man, I review games and shit like that because I'm trying to combat this bias-ass media. All this Xbox tax, all this gloom and doom. Listen, if a game come out and you want an honest review, hit me up, man. Hit me up.
That's true.
If you want to sponsor a review, any game I get gifted, I always review and shout people out, man. I'm not one of those guys that just take games for my own pleasure. The biggest thank you I can give to anybody giving me a game is me going to sit down, write a script for it, review it, edit, and post, man. So I'm trying to combat this biased media, man. Fuck IGN.
Absolutely. What the best way to end your little thing right there, Nero. Fuck IGN. Love it. Oh, man. Red Dead Panda. Let everyone know where they can find you.
You can find me on the set of No, I'm kidding. I wish. The set of Lord of the Rings. No. You can find me on Xbox Live, on Twitter or X, Red Dead Panda. Basically for everything. And I do have a YouTube channel, and I'm actually going to start putting reviews up and such. So one of the first games I'm going to be reviewing is Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yes.
Nice.
So do look out for that. Yes.
Hey, the chat going crazy right now. Let me get an FIGN from everybody.
Yeah,
like the show. We love the show, man. Let me get an FIGN, man.
Yeah.
Then that starts trending on Twitter later.
Right, exactly. Yo, make it happen, Captain. Yeah.
But I just want to say thank you, Dirt, for showing up on our first show, and really appreciate you being here. Nero, I'm so glad that we have you on here as a panel member. And Rhetri, there's not much more I can say other than get good at Halo.
I knew she was on there. I love you too, Panda.
But the new update launches next week for the network, so hopefully we notice a massive difference. But thank you, and shout out to everyone in the chat who joined us for episode 1 of the ADS podcast. Really appreciate you being here.
Yo, I love this chat, man. Yo, I just got to double back to this, man. Yo, chat, give yourself a pat on the back, man. Y'all killed it, bro. Like, for this to be the first episode, man, y'all killed it, man. I see all the FIGNs. I love y'all, man, for sure. Y'all are legends.
This is what I wanted, man. This is the energy that we want to bring every single week here on the Aim Down Sights podcast. So expect more of this. We're gonna have more great guests, just like Dirt Griggity. I knew I always had Dirt first when I wanted to do this because he's spicy and I like spicy, and fuck IGN and Dirt's down for all that shit, and fuck the ponies. But
Is that gonna be our new thing? As soon as we get on the show, just fuck IGN.
Kinda. I mean, I'm okay with that.
We'll get t-shirts, merch made.
Yeah. By the way, someone was asking me about super chats and stuff. We have to get past the hours watched. So we're gonna hit 1,000 subscribers. That's not gonna be a problem for us. I know it. We're gonna keep doing this, but we just got to get our hours watched up, and we will be doing super chats. We'll be doing memberships. There'll be extra perks and stuff like that for you guys coming in the future. Don't worry about that. It's coming. Merch is 100% coming, and I got some awesome shirts and mugs and all that bullshit for you guys to grab onto. That will be coming sooner than later, so stay tuned for that.
FIGN coffee mugs coming as well.
FIGN. I might get sued, but I'll probably like work it in there somehow so you can it'll be like subliminal messaging.
We're saying fuck ignorant gaming nerds. That's who we're talking about.
Well, you guys can find me Game Pass _daily on Twitter, Game Pass Daily right here where you guys are right now. Please hit the like and subscribe button on the way out. If you're brand new here, we'll be here every Saturday at 7 p.m. And of course, you can also find me tomorrow on the Gamers Council with Web Dave on his channel at 7 p.m. Also, we always have a good time there. We talk a lot of shit there too. I love you guys. Chat, you guys were super on fire tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. I think we had over 100 people for our first show, and that is no small feat. That's a big fucking deal for us that are brand new into this thing. So appreciate you, and we'll see you guys next time on the Aim Down Sights podcast. Peace.